What is going on, Headliner Nation? Here we are back, week 6 now. It's already week 6, going through 6 weeks of fantasy football already, getting ready to go with another live stream. Our weekly live streams, Saturday PMs, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's when you can find me and Kyle come on here and answer just shy of a buttload of fantasy football questions. And we're going to do the same thing again here this Saturday. We like to spend our Saturday evenings with you guys. Because why? We're trying to win fantasy football matchups, and tomorrow's another big week. There's a lot of bye weeks, a lot of injuries to talk about. Not a whole lot of bad weather to really discuss, but there are some things out there that we need to talk about, and I'm sure there's a lot of people, like usual, with lineup questions, and maybe we'll let it flow a couple times. Last week, Kyle tried to kill me. I mean, I think I had to flow 3 times. He flowed. Is that what I would say? Flewed? Flowed. Did he float or did he flewed?
He flewed.
He flew 3 times also. One of them not so great. The other ones were amazing. So we're going to, get to that again here. But like usual, want to make sure I thank everybody once again for the support. Also, down below in the description, there's a link to our video where we're giving away $1,000. That date is coming up close. It's October 31st. All you got to do to leave a comment on that video, link in the description. So make sure you don't miss out on that opportunity either. But we got a lot of stuff going on, Kyle. Are you ready for week 6 yet?
You know what? Every single week this season, I've said I'm ready for it, and then no one's ever ready for it. So I don't know. I'm just going to play it by ear this week.
Perfect. We're just going to wing it. Why? Because not a whole lot of things make sense here in 2019, and there's a lot of questions that are already coming through. Somebody's even cheering for the Yankees in the chat room right now. Let's see. Jason Del Monte saying, "Let's go Yankees." So, I guess we're a multi-sport live show right now. We can, share his comment also, but
I've had a few people hit us up in the comment section about the fantasy baseball advice we gave this off season.
Somebody, I'm not going to name any names, but his initials are Kyle Richardson, told people to go out there and get Pete Alonso this year, and that one worked out pretty good.
Jack Flaherty was another one. He took a while to come around, but that second half was good.
Hey, better late than never. A lot of people are already asking though, Kyle. We're going to start off with this first. Alvin Kamara. A lot of people are worried about Alvin Kamara. At least we know about Todd Gurley not going to be playing. But what about Alvin Kamara? Are we thinking he's going to play? On the back of my mind, I think that the reason that he missed that practice the other day was just as a precautionary measure. They didn't want to re-aggravate anything, but that he's still going to be out there on Sunday.
If he's not, I don't know how this team has any shot, to be completely honest with you, because, this is the guy that makes it flow. If it was Breeze at quarterback, then yes, absolutely. I think they could still push the ball down the field, but I think he's going to give it every single effort. I think he'll be out there regardless of whether or not he's 100%. If he's not 100%, maybe we see him a little bit more limited. But if he's in the game, I don't see how you can sit him, and you just have to keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best.
Yeah, a lot of people had questioned it because I had Kamara at the top of the rankings this week, and they're like, well, hey, how can he be number 1 if he's questionable? Well, at the time that it happened, they didn't make it sound like it was very serious. And then after that missed practice, it starts to get a little bit dicey there. I still think that he does play, and it was more precautionary, but something we got to pay attention to as of right now. Like you said, make sure you have other options in your hip pocket just in case. Let's see here. Tyreek Hill is another name that's coming up a lot. There's a good chance that he plays this week. He is questionable, and there is a chance that he does not play, but with Sammy Watkins doubtful, Tyreek Hill could be a welcome sight back to a lot of fantasy rosters. I know there's a lot of people counting on him, hopefully this week. And if he's healthy, if he's out there, he could put up that big day, at a moment's notice.
Yeah, I know I've got the Scott Fishbowl, my Scott Fishbowl roster. I have him just kind of waiting at this point, hoping that he does get back onto the field. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the dynamic of that team moving forward with Tyreek Hill back on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully some Travis Kelce big weeks are here coming up, and a lot of people can get back to normal there with the Kansas City offense because they've kind of been scratching their head a little bit. Let's see, what else do we have here? Mikey Mink out there saying, what's up, guys? How we doing, Mikey? Hunter Henry, another questionable guy out there, whether he comes back or not this week. He would be a very welcome sight to a position that is absolutely horrible at this point. There is some horrible options at tight end. Having Hunter Henry come back could be a good option also.
Yeah, I had to go back through and redo my tight end rankings video because he wasn't originally in there. Then I got the notification that he was going to be available this week, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. Do not want to miss our boy Hunter Henry.
That's right, Kyle. You got some questions on your side?
Yes. Let's jump into this here real quick. Everything's shared on social media now, so I can step away from my other job here.
Your other duty.
All right, let's take a few here from Luke Lofton. Cooks, Diggs, or Samuel and a half PPR. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Luke.
I mean, I want to say Diggs, but I'm terrified to stay Diggs, and I think the matchup is so great. Brandon Cooks, I'm a little bit worried about the Rams side of the football. I mean, the 49ers can get in the backfield to the quarterback so quick. I don't know if we can, rely on some of those deeper routes for the Rams. That may limit Brandon Cooks. Curtis Samuel hasn't really played well lately. I think if you want to gamble, you go Diggs. If you want to play it safe, you go with Curtis Samuel.
Tom Robbins wants to know in a half PPR league, MVS, Ridley, or Gallup?
MVS, Ridley, or Gallup. I like both Ridley and Gallup a lot. I wanted to put Gallup even higher this week, but there's a lot of good options at wide receiver. I think Ridley right now I have higher ranked because that game could score a lot more points total with the Falcons and the Cardinals. So I got Ridley a little bit higher, but I like Gallup also.
Darian Halliburton wants to know Stafford or Cousins in a standard. Thanks, guys. I have Stafford as my QB8 this week. And actually...
he's reaching for something. He's reaching for it.
Find the correct book over here. I gave these stats in the tight end show. I feel like I need to give them again. No, that's not the correct book. We'll look for them. We'll talk about them later. But Stafford, even though it's on the road in Green Bay, I still like him this week. I think he's going to have a good week.
Everybody wants to know what was in the wrong book that you picked up.
I have several books.
Wow.
These are all fantasy research.
Wow. Well,
I don't know which one I'm currently on. One of them is filled completely. The other two are halfway there.
Oh, all right then. All right, what else you got? What's next? You got Stafford for that last question.
Stafford for the last question. Zachary Morris wants to know, Jake, are you Seth Rogen's younger brother? No. Seth Rogen is a far less appealing and smarter man than what Jake is.
Well, I've said this in a few comments before, that people have said this. I'm sick of saying that I look like Seth Rogen. That's not what it is. Technically, if anything, Seth Rogen looks like me. I don't look like him.
Yep.
I'm way cooler than Seth Rogen.
So his question is, Mike Williams as his flex this week. He has Sutton and Godwin in the lineup right now. What are we thinking about Mike Williams this week?
I mean, I didn't think that we'd see a whole lot of Mike Williams last week, and he kind of proved us wrong. Came out there and looked pretty healthy for the most part. I don't hate Mike Williams as a flex. I think he's just a little bit more dependent on those big chunks of yardage. A lot of his routes that he runs are deeper down the field, but I don't hate him at all.
And full disclosure, the fly friend of mine that disappeared a couple of weeks ago has found his way back into the studio. He's in here again.
Well,
just ignore him, people.
Perfect.
Garrett Gasper, pick 2.5 PPR. Sutton, Diggs, and DJ Moore. Pick 2, half PPR.
I mean, Diggs is going to be the death of me this week. So if I start to get a little bit too heavy on it, just virtually smack me, because I really want to believe that Diggs has a bounce back week this week in such a great matchup going up against Philadelphia. But I know it's a gamble, and the other two options he had there are probably safer. If you have a lot of risk already in your lineup, stay away from Diggs. If you have a fairly solid lineup as of right now, maybe take a gamble and throw Diggs in there at one of those spots.
Excellent. He said pick 2.
Oh, and who were the other ones again?
Sutton, Diggs, DJ Moore.
Sutton and DJ Moore is the safer option, but if you got some room to gamble a little bit, then you can put in Diggs and sit Sutton.
Our boy Vic Chan wants to know, hey boys, pick 3. Here's a lot. Shark, DJ Shark, Godwin, Gallup, and Galladay. You got to pick 3 of them.
So Godwin's going to be an automatic one. Galladay is going to be another one. So that's between Chark and who?
Chark, Godwin, Gallup, and Galladay. Gallup and Chark would be the next 2 then.
I think we go with the hashtag Chark week this week. Go DJ Chark.
And then also due to buys, have Edmonds and Murray who to start at a running back 2.
I mean, that really depends if Alvin Kamara plays or not. If Kamara plays, even if he does, he may be somewhat limited and get a little bit more work in the backfield. So Murray has some value. Edmonds, I think, with David Johnson coming back to a full practice, I still think he sees touches, but I think he's going to be a little bit more touchdown dependent. Murray may be slightly safer, but we got to wait and find out what's going on with Kamara.
Jan Luis Rivera, Eckler, McCoy, Lindsey, Drake, and Chris Thompson. We're picking only 1 in PPR. Eckler, McCoy, Lindsey, Drake, and Thompson.
Wow. That one's
I don't think
tough.
we're sitting. I don't think we're at the point of sitting Eckler.
I don't think we are, especially in PPR. The guy had, 15 targets last week, and I think he had
Mhm.
14 receptions last week. I
Yeah.
mean, if it's a PPR, I think Eckler's still the smarter choice there. I think it's gonna taper off at some point, but I don't think it happens yet.
Yep. Joe Briss, pick 2 in a PPR. Wide receivers are Godwin, Sutton, McLaurin, or Hollywood. Okay, so pick 2 wide receivers in a PPR. Godwin is probably a definite start.
Yep.
So Sutton, F1, or Hollywood.
I like F1 this week.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Terry McLaurin there with Case Keenum back under center.
And pick 2 flex. Le'Veon Bell, Aaron Jones. He has Dalvin and Carson starting right now. So does he flex Le'Veon Bell, Aaron Jones, or does he flex Sutton or Hollywood?
And I'm picking only one of them.
Yep.
I would have to go with it's either Le'Veon or Aaron Jones. I'm gonna have to go with Le'Veon though this week. I think he sees a lot of usage with Sam Darnold back under center.
Orlando Gonzalez is sending some love from Arizona.
Hey, AZ in the house. Looking for some Filibertos. Where's my Arizona Burritos family at?
Carlos Lara, thoughts on Hill, Hawkinson, and DJ? All questionable, but he's limited in his league with Hilton and Waller on buys, and he only has 4 bench spots.
Man, roll with it. Cross your fingers, say a prayer, and roll on 2 from the movie Green Mile right there, because it's going to be ugly. You may have a few gray hairs pop up here on Sunday, but you got to roll with it. If you don't have a deep bench, it is what it is. Run what you brung.
James Robinet wants to know in a PPR he needs a flex and a super flex, so we have to pick 2: Malcolm Brown, Breida, Keenum, and Jimmy GQ.
That's tough. So I mean, being that it's just super flex, I think Keenum or Jimmy G's got to be in there as one of those choices. I know that a lot of people like the possibility for Case Keenum this week going up against the lowly Miami Dolphins. And they don't really have to throw a whole lot in San Francisco because they run so well. But they are without Mike McGlinchey and their starting fullback Kyle Juszczyk. So that could limit the running game a little bit. What do you think for quarterback? Which one of those quarterbacks would you choose?
I have Jimmy Garoppolo over Keenum this week.
No, so that would be the super flex. And then the other 2 options were what?
Malcolm Brown or Matt Breida?
I got to go with Matt Breida. I think Malcolm Brown is still, obviously he's going to see big volume, but he's going up against arguably the best run defense in football. I mean, you're kind of touchdown dependent at that point. Matt Breida is going to see more volume.
Scroll back over here real quick. Raul Perez wants to know in a full PPR, we're picking 3 from Fitzgerald, Gallup, Hopkins, and Evans. Well, Hopkins is definitely going to stay in the lineup, correct?
Yes, and I dropped Mike Evans way far this week. I think I dropped him down to 25 this week, which is absolutely crazy, and a lot of people let me know about it in the comment section. But not only is it a bad matchup going up against James Bradbury and the Carolina Panthers, it's going to be in London. And as of right now, they're calling for rain in that game. So I'm not overly high. I mean, that does limit, obviously, Chris Godwin some, but I think he's a lot safer at this point. The inconsistencies of Mike Evans are what hurting people right now. So I have to go with Fitzgerald as one of them. And who are the other options?
Fitzgerald, Gallup, Hopkins, and Evans.
Fitzgerald, Hopkins, and Gallup is safer if you want to play the safer way. If you want to gamble, then you go with Evans. Just depends if you want to gamble or not.
In a PPR flex, would you start Chase Edmonds over Chris Thompson, even if David Johnson starts? It's coming from Corvette Foster 40.
And it's a PPR league?
Yes.
I probably stick with Chris Thompson if David Johnson's a full go and starts.
I agree. Josh Smith, Jeffrey or Pringle for a full PPR. Stafford or Minshew? Will definitely still Stafford for me. And then Darren Fells or Tyler Eifert. I do have Eifert a little bit ahead of Fells this week.
Okay, and then the first
Jeffrey
question.
or Pringle?
Man, right now with Sammy Watkins doubtful, and we don't know about Tyreek Hill. If Tyreek Hill sits, I go Pringle. If Tyreek Hill plays, then I go with Jeffrey.
Chris Rosardo, he has Kenny Galladay, I'm assuming. Kenny Galladay, Tyler Lockett, and Austin Hooper. Would you start Disley over Evans at the flex in a half PPR?
I mean, that's a little ballsy. That's a little ballsy there for the flex with Disley over Evans. I don't know if I could go quite that far. Disley may be a little bit safer still than Evans, but I think the ceiling, the upside is still there for Evans a little bit higher. I have a hard time starting 2 tight ends. It's such a bad position. Getting 2 of them in my lineup's kind of iffy at times. So I would probably gamble right there and go with Evans. And what was the other question?
He says have Kenny, Lockett, and Hooper. So I don't know if he's asking if we're picking one of those or if he's just asking about the flex.
Sounds like just like the flex.
Yeah.
And if you already got Lockett in there, then I diversify a little bit and go towards Evans.
Derek Manzi says tight end sucks so hard this year. I have to choose between Henry and Hawkinson this week in standard. Somebody save me. Long save me there.
Long
drawn
save.
out.
Long save.
I'm definitely going Henry over Hawkinson this week, though.
As long as he goes.
Yes.
But you're going to have to watch the game time decisions, the inactives early in the morning regardless, because both of them are basically game time decisions at this point.
Absolutely. Antonio Salas, wide receiver 2 in a full PPR. Are we going with Diggs, Evans, or McLaurin?
Right now, I have McLaurin higher than both of them.
Mr. McFly, Malcolm Brown or Melvin Gordon in standard?
I got to go with Melvin. A lot better matchup than Malcolm Brown going up against San Francisco.
Rolando says, love the show. Appreciate it, Rolando. Love you. I'm just going to stay on that track where I tell everyone I love them. And a half PPR flex, Kirk, Breida, or Westbrook?
Kirk, Breida, or Westbrook? I probably have to go with Matt Breida. I mean, I think he's the safest option out of all of them.
Tom Robbins says, traded Saquon for Kyler, Waller, and Jacobs. Was that a good deal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would trade Saquon almost ever, but at least I think you got some good pieces. If you got a solid tight end there and Josh Jacobs coming back, it's not horrible.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on the format. If it's like a super flex league, then okay, I'm good with that. But even if in a 1 QB league, I am very, very rarely trading for a quarterback. So I would have rather have had another position player there.
Yeah.
The man Dev, running back Brown or Cooks in PPR, or running back Brown or Tevin Coleman in standard.
So I'm guessing it's Malcolm Brown or Dalvin Cook. Is that the question?
He says Brown or Cooks. If it's Dalvin Cook, you never set Dalvin Cook.
Never.
Ever.
You never sit
Ever. If you're talking about, let's assume that he means Brandon Cooks or Malcolm Brown. Maybe he's just saying the running back Brown.
I probably have to go with Brandon Cooks there. I just don't really like the matchup for Malcolm Brown this week.
And then would you do Brown over Tevin Coleman in standard?
Nope, I stick with Tevin Coleman.
No, Banalist wants to know, start 1 for the flex, Kenyon Drake, Christian Kirk, Mike Williams, Preston Williams, Jamison Crowder, Robbie Anderson. So Anderson, Crowder, Williams, Mike Williams, Kirk, or Drake. Start 1.
Man, I'm not overly enjoying any of them, to be completely honest. With Christian Kirk somewhat being questionable, he's another game time decision, so I don't really want to rely on Christian Kirk. Kenyon Drake, I think, has some upside against Washington, but Mike Williams may be the safer option there of everybody.
Mr. Anderson is just throwing some love out for us. Appreciate it, Mr. Anderson. Rolando's back with another question. Is Superflex Darnold, Hodges, Breida, Westbrook, or Kirk?
Darnold, Hodges, Breida, Westbrook, or Kirk?
Yeah, I'm definitely not considering Hodges in any way, shape, or form. So if you're wanting a quarterback, then it's Darnold, but
I don't know if I like Darnold either.
I don't like him coming back this week. I don't think it's a good play this week. I would probably still run Breida out there.
I would probably have to go with Breida also. The way that they run the ball in San Francisco and the amount that they run it, I mean, they're averaging 200 yards rushing a game, and that's an average per game. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Aloha from Hawaii, Mason Tabura says, standard wide receiver, pick 3. Thomas, which I'm assuming is Michael Thomas. Yes, we're picking Michael Thomas. Chris Godwin. Yes, we're picking Chris Godwin. So then is it Gallup, McLaurin, or Fuller?
I like Terry McLaurin a lot this week. I mean, as soon as they named Case Keenum the starter, did you know that the first 3 weeks of the season, when Keenum played with McLaurin, he was wide receiver 8 in fantasy football? 3 touchdowns, 3 games played together, going up against the Miami Dolphins.
And Keenum was the quarterback 11.
Yeah. So I know it may surprise some people, but I like Terry McLaurin a lot this week.
And then would you start any of them over Thomas or Godwin?
Mm-hmm.
We're not putting Thomas or Godwin on our bench, right?
No.
Yep. And then at running back, Lindsey or Malcolm Brown?
I still think Lindsey's probably a little bit safer. That San Francisco run defense is legit. I mean, they're not to be messed around with too much if you have other options. Philip Lindsay's another good option.
Patrick Barnes wants to know Boyd, Fuller, DJ Moore, or Latavius Murray. Pick 1.5 PPR.
Boyd would probably be my option there.
Lucas Endall wants to know, do I trade Hopkins for Evans, Boyd, and Cooks in a PPR?
Wow.
I don't know. I'd probably say yes to that.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're already loaded at wide receiver, then yeah, you can get 3 for 1. Then I do it.
Yeah. Dayton Parrish wants to know, trade Chris Carson for OBJ in a 10-team standard league. He already has Zeke, Chubb, Connor, and Coleman at running back, and he has Evans, Woods, Brown, and Sterling at wide receiver. So Chris Carson for OBJ in a 10-team league.
I want to say yes, because I think we're seeing the floor of Odell Beckham, and it's only going to go up as the season progresses. You have a couple options there, but you're really thin at running back. So if you do have an injury, you're going to be in trouble. So if that's a risk that you want to take, then you can gamble and go for the upside at OBJ's second half of the season.
Rhett Hayes wants to know, should I start Tyreek Hill? If he doesn't play, does he start Hardman or Breida at flex?
Well, yeah, the first question is if he plays, then uh-oh. What was that? What did I miss?
Answer the question first.
Okay, well, first off, if Tyreek Hill plays, I start him. If he does not play, it's between Mecole Hardman and Matt Breida, right? Mm-hmm. Matt Breida is safer still, in my opinion. Mecole Hardman is still going to be big play, touchdown dependent. So I go with Breida.
He wants to know if I tried Erexan yet.
You enjoyed that, didn't you? I saw your excitement in your intro. I don't lie.
If you all didn't check out the shows from this week, and why this is as funny is because we've had basically a running intro basically back and forth all week long.
Yep. It was fun. We're going to do those more often.
Rolando says, thank you for the advice. Keep on keeping on. Rolando, appreciate it, my man. Deadly Voltage. Pick 2 running backs in a full PPR. Henry, Fournette, Eckler, MG3. Only picking 2 full PPR.
That's like hashtag rich kid problems.
Mm-hmm.
Henry, Fournette, Melvin, and Eckler?
Yes, Henry, Fournette, Eckler, and Melvin Gordon.
Man, I would have to go, and I can only pick how many? 2?
Yep.
Henry and Gordon, and cross my fingers because I hate sitting Eckler.
Mr. Chapa wants to know more Diggs, Fitzgerald, or Gallup. Pick 2 in a full PPR.
Right now I have DJ Moore and Larry Fitzgerald as my 2 highest there out of that group.
Next question. Sebastian Aldrich wants to know, start Mixon or Malcolm Brown in a full in a flex for the full PPR league.
I don't like Joe Mixon a whole lot this week, but it's not Joe Mixon's fault. It's his offensive line's fault. They absolutely blow. They give him nowhere to go. But even right here between him and Malcolm Brown, I think Malcolm Brown obviously is going to get the volumes, but I think we see a little bit more Darrell Henderson this week at some point throughout this game. Not a whole lot, but I think it's going to be a little bit more of a split. I kind of roll the dice and go Joe Mixon one more time.
Just enough Henderson to get truthers excited again.
Exactly. I mean, everybody will rush out there to grab him, and he'll never touch the ball again.
Okay, I lost my spot. Hold on. The Chosen One wants to know starting 2 at the flex: McLaurin, Malcolm Brown, and Will Fuller in a half-point PPR.
I can only pick 1. 2. McLaurin is one of them, and
Malcolm Brown and Will Fuller.
I think I go with Will Fuller. I mean, I hope Malcolm Brown doesn't come back to bite me here, but I think Will Fuller and the upside there is just too much to ignore in a game going against Kansas City where they're going to have to throw the ball.
Kevin Schaefer says he is desperate. Does he trade away Barkley for Eckler and Shark?
I mean, that's desperate because I think Saquon Barkley comes back either next week or the week after that. He's not that far away, so you've kind of done all the dirty work and held on to him here for the few weeks that he was off. I'd hate to trade him away now. I mean, if you're absolutely desperate, then yeah, but I try to hold off and use the waiver wire for another week or 2.
If David Johnson sits, Eckler or Edmonds. That's from Trevor Martin.
Eckler, for sure, for me.
Mr. Anderson wants to know Fitz or Chark in a PPR.
In a full point PPR, I got Larry Fitzgerald a little bit higher. Standard leagues, it would be Chark.
Greg Cordis wants to know Disley or Andrews. Enjoys the content. Thanks, guys. Greg, appreciate it. I'm going with Disley.
Yeah, Disley's the choice there for me too.
Aaron Durazio in a full PPR. He has no Devontae Adams. Does he replace him with Mohamed Sanu, Curtis Samuel, or Mike Williams?
I mean, I think Sanu may have the safest floor, but I'd probably have to go with Mike Williams one more week.
I personally am going with Sanu in that matchup.
I think he's safer. I think he's the safer matchup, and we like the amount of points that are going in that game.
Trevor Martin wants to know Woods or Fuller. That's all it says. Woods or Fuller. I don't have anything else for you.
That's it. Woods or Fuller. I think Woods probably sees a little bit more volume this week because they're going to have to rely on the short chain moving type of passes because routes aren't going to be able to develop down the field.
Wood Fuller? What?
Wood Fuller what? Hey, real quick before we get into the next one, Kyle, we have 1,200 people watching and 160 likes. That's like the worst ratio of likes to videos ever. If you could do us a favor and hit the like button for the love of all things holy in fantasy football, we would greatly appreciate it. Kyle, back to the questions. I just had to throw that reminder out there.
Lamar wants to know, in a standard, we're choosing 3. Woods, McLaurin, Gallup, Kirk, or AP.
All right, so McLaurin is one of them. Woods
would
be my next
Gallup,
one.
Kirk, or AP. I feel like we're not doing Kirk this week unless we absolutely have to.
No, I just don't trust him being a game time decision.
Probably Gallup, right? For sure.
Yep, Gallup.
Woods or AP.
I just can't trust. I mean, I want to trust Adrian Peterson. They want to establish the run more. His floor may be a little safer, but I'd probably still have to go with Woods.
Jason Oval wants to know, in a PPR pick 3, Tevin Coleman, James Conner, Dalvin Cook, Chris Carson, Miles Sanders. Cook and Carson for sure. So now are we going Conner, Sanders, or Coleman?
I'm going to have to go with Conner.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Josh Smith wants to know, does Jake have Stafford at Green Bay higher than Minshew at home? He wants to know your thoughts.
Oh, he doesn't trust your thoughts. Nope. I mean, I think Stafford has a higher ceiling this week, but Gardner Minshew has really come out and proven to a lot of people that he is a legit quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he's proven a lot of people wrong. A lot of people had no idea who he even was. So I think Gardner Minshew is still a decent play this week going up against New Orleans because they're not going to be able to run the ball as successfully as they have in the past. It's a great run defense for the Saints. So I think Gardner Minshew has a solid day, but I think the upside, the higher ceiling is still Stafford.
Jake, you ready for my Matthew Stafford stats?
Oh, you found him in the right notebook?
Yes.
Okay.
In his career at Green Bay, which is 8 games, he is 206 for 329, 62% completion percentage, could be better, but he has 2,517 yards, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He has 4 games in Green Bay where he has not thrown an interception. He has only thrown multiple interceptions in 1 of those games, and he has thrown multiple touchdown passes in all but 2 of those games.
So you're saying that he is going to do good. And Kyle just dropped it.
Yes, because I had several people say, how could you put Matthew Stafford above Aaron Rodgers on the road in Green Bay against that defense? And I said, well, Green Bay has had solid defenses in the past. Let me tell you why. And that is why.
Well, all right, Kyle. I would say you dropped the mic, but you dropped the book.
I'm going to mess this name up. Gevorge Shakhamalakin. I'm so sorry.
Wow. There's no way you were even remotely
It's
close.
Not even close. I'm so sorry. In a half PPR, Hyde or Malcolm Brown?
They're close. They're close. I think I go with I think I still lean towards Carlos Hyde in that one.
You ready to rush through some of these?
Yeah, give it to me.
Let's get it. 1 PPR and 1 running back and 1 flex. David Johnson, Chase Edmonds, Tevin Coleman, and just says Williams. I'm assuming Damian Williams.
If that's who it is, then I go Damian Williams, David Johnson.
Max Skill 001 needs some tight end help in a PPR. Ingram and Waller both out on the bench. Who do I pick up? Witten, Eifert, Fant, Fells, or Hurst? Sleeper, Swaim. Atkins has been my sleeper to grab all week long, but if I had to go with one of these guys, I have Eifert higher than Fant, Fells, or Hurst and Swaim.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Curtis Jones, trade Julio Tevin for Bell and OBJ.
Yes, because it's Julio and Tevin.
Julio and Tevin Coleman for Bell and OBJ.
Yeah, I do it because I want Le'Veon Bell second half of the year.
Jamie Reyes wants to know, which kicker would you start and keep for the season? Joe Sly, Robbie Gould, Zane Gonzalez, and Mike Nugent.
I mean, it's a kicker, so I'm not going to really worry about keeping one all year long. I stream kickers all the time.
Yep.
But I think who was the first one?
Joey Sly.
Joey Sly. That's who I would go with.
Kalafa Kingston. Sup, Jake and Kyle? What's going on, man? What kind of headliner potion you drinking out of those attractive cups? Headliner juice.
You can't say that, Kyle, because that sounds weird.
It's how it's a magic potion to let it flow.
That's right. That's how we let it flow. And if we want to let it flow,
Robert
we need some more
Bravo
likes.
wants to know. I'm just cutting you off. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I just told people if they want us to let it flow, we need more likes.
Tyler Lockett, Kerryon Johnson, or Terry McLaurin in the flex?
Lockett, Kerryon, or who else?
Terry McLaurin.
I still have to go with Kerryon there. I think he's a little bit safer. I like to have the running back in that flex spot if I can.
Corbett Foster 40, Carolina or Washington D?
I'm going to have to go with Washington's D at this point. I don't want Carolina going up against Tampa Bay. They can put up big numbers.
Greg Karotis in a full PPR, tight end, Disley or Andrews. Going with Disley this week.
Yep, Disley.
Tarab Ali, my man Jake and Kyle, thanks for the win last week. Congratulations on your win last week. And this week, I am confused as hell, he says. Half
Perfect.
PPR. Should I put in Curtis Samuels, Demarcus Robinson, Hollywood Brown, or Emmanuel Sanders as his flex?
Right now, I'm hoping and I'm crossing my fingers that Hollywood Brown is good to go, and that would be my choice for the big play upside there.
James Johnson, Crowder, Paul Richardson, QT, or AJ Brown in a PPR?
Ugh. I mean, I want to say that Crowder gets more volume with Sam Darnold under center because, I mean, he was peppered with targets prior to Darnold going out, but that is a huge risk. Who was the first guy you named?
Jamison Crowder, Paul Richardson, Kiki QT, and AJ Brown.
Yeah, I go with Crowder and cross my fingers because I don't know if anybody else is really that high up the list.
Reliance Gaming wants to know, should I start Freeman, Ridley, or Galladay at the flex?
Freeman, Ridley, or Galladay. So I'm guessing it's Devontae Freeman.
I would assume so.
I think Kenny Galladay is going to be my choice there for that one.
Zib W, should I trade Keenan Allen and Aaron Jones for Saquon and Lockett? Allen and Jones, Saquon and Lockett. I'm probably not making that deal right now unless you have more than enough depth at running back to make it. But I'd hate to trade for a guy that could still be 2 or 3 weeks away.
Yeah, you'd have to have a good, solid 2 running backs still on your roster to make that trade.
Kevin Kobos, Moore or Dede, pick one.
Moore, DJ Moore.
Eckler or Edmonds at the flex, half PPR.
Eckler for sure.
Jareen Gaynor just throwing out some love there. Appreciate it, Jareen. Carlos Lara. I have Hilton and Waller on buys. Have Tyreek Hill, TJ Hockenson, and DJ starting, who are all questionable. Any advice besides being on top of it Sunday?
Man.
Sitting in front of your computer leading up until kickoff.
Yeah, like at 12 p.m., like right before kickoff, you need to be like on your phone checking for live updates on Twitter because that's a lot of questionables that you just need to make sure that you stay on top of.
Odin 2112 wants to know Matt Breida or Devontae Freeman this week in a full PPR.
I'm going to have to go with Devontae Freeman. I just want any piece of that game I can get.
MSTG, what's good? Jake and Kyle, what's going on? One of our one of our, what's the word I'm looking for here? I can't even think of it. Long time followers. PPR, Chase Edmonds or Jamal Williams?
I would have to go Chase Edmonds there.
Trade Devontae Adams and Landry for Cook and Le'Veon Bell. Yes.
Yes, 100% I don't even care if you leave the stream right now. Go do that.
Yep. Get it done. Izzy E. Oh no, I just lost it. Where did you go, Izzy? There he goes. Malcolm Brown, Gallup, or Landry in a flex full PPR.
I gotta go with Michael Gallup there.
Emmanuel Torres wants to know running back 2 and flex. Carson, Ingram, Kerryon, Sutton, or Gallup. Carson's Ingram. One of those for me.
Ingram's got to be another one.
And then Ingram, Kerryon, Sutton, or Gallup.
Ingram would be the second one for me.
Kersey wants to know starting wide receiver OBJ or Boyd and standard scoring.
I'm gonna go with Tyler Boyd by a hair.
And then are you flexing the other one, so OBJ over Tevin Coleman this week?
If you have a safe lineup outside of that, then yes, I am. If you got a lot of people who are questionable with injuries that you're kind of a little sketchy on, then no, I don't.
Christopher Morgan says Kittle or Andrews in a full PPR. I'm still going with Kittles here.
Yep.
Kittle. Derek Manzi, Kyle Jake, how you guys doing? How are you doing, Derek? He wants to know how we're doing in our league so far. He's 5-0 and only the undefeated one, thanks to our advice. Well, congratulations, Derek. I will tell you that multiple undefeated teams of mine all fell last week, so I don't have any undefeated teams left.
I don't have any undefeated teams right now either. I mean, there's a lot of leagues that I'm in that I pay attention to, but I don't pay close attention to. There's a few of them that I do.
Jake,
Scott Fish,
I believe you and I are playing each other in our Fantasy Headliners redraft league.
I think we are, but that's okay because the last time we played each other, Kyle, I beat you by like 100, and you can't even deny that.
100, but
it was like 80.
But well, no, I will tell you this: I still have several players on buys in my lineup.
No. Well,
it's not our redraft league; it's our dynasty league.
Well, whatever it is, I'm gonna beat you. As long as I beat Kyle, everything else doesn't matter.
Other than that, Derek, leagues are going pretty well right now. Edgar Pacheco wants to know start Tevin Coleman or Malcolm Brown in a full PPR. He says hashtag love you. Edgar, love you.
Wow, that happened. I'm still going to go with Tevin Coleman there, though, for that one.
Shane Vanessa's just throwing out some love. Shane, appreciate it. Peter De La Cruz in a full PPR. Flex Devontae Freeman or Michael Gallup.
Still got Devontae Freeman higher there.
Austin Lewis wants to know in a full PPR pick 2, Chris Carson, Andrews, or Disley. Well, definitely Carson 100%, and I do have Disley just above Andrews.
Yep, I agree.
Ashley Rodriguez wants to know need 2 in a PPR, Derrick Henry, Leonard Fournette, Melvin Gordon, and then Chubb Life, who should never, ever be on the bench, right?
No, we should never bench the hashtag Chubb Life. So it's got to be Chubb. And Chubb and Henry, I think, would have to be my 2 choices there, but a lot of good options.
Rolando, back in the chat again. Last one, sorry, no problem, Rolando. In a super flex, Westbrook, Kirk, Debo, or Darnold. Westbrook, Kirk, Debo, Darnold.
Westbrook, Kirk, Debo, Darnold. I mean, at that point, I just gamble and go with the quarterback and go with Darnold because everybody else is farther down the list anyway.
I need to start. David Sanchez says I need to start 2 running backs in 1 flex. Devontae Freeman, Matt Breida, Aaron Jones, Mark Ingram, Leonard Fournette in a standard league. So pick 3: Freeman, Breida, Aaron Jones, Mark Ingram, Leonard Fournette. Fournette's going to be 1 for me.
And then Aaron Jones would be 1, and then so would
Freeman, Breida, or Ingram.
I'd have to go with Ingram, Mark Ingram.
Pick 3, standard, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Malcolm Brown, Brandon Cooks.
And we pick how many?
3.
Everybody but Malcolm Brown.
George Moreno says, hey, y'all, hit that like button. Best fantasy show. Oh, Moreno in here helping out with the likes. Appreciate it, man.
He wants us to let it flow, Kyle.
He wants us to let it flow. Travis Garber says PPR, DD Westbrook, or Malcolm Brown in the flex.
A lot of people wanting to put in Malcolm Brown. Am I making a mistake here, Kyle? Am I the only one that's not overly excited about Malcolm Brown? I mean, is it just me?
I just think it's one of those traps where we're going to be like, oh, it's Malcolm Brown week, and then all of a sudden Darrell Henderson comes out of absolutely nowhere, and John Kelly was promoted as well. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that really liked Kelly heading into last season when he was drafted. So Who knows? Maybe he gets a few touches as well. I just don't think they rely on Malcolm Brown all game long.
I mean, and it's a tough defense that he's going against anyway. It's not like he's got some cream puff that he's going up against. It's arguably the best run defense in all of the NFL. So I just can't take Malcolm Brown there still.
Ios wants to know Kittle or Hooper. Definitely Hooper. He's my tight end 1 this week.
Grab that Hooper scooper.
Adam wants to know Wilson or Lamar Jackson, also Packers or Redskins D. I do have Jackson a couple of spots ahead of Wilson this week. And we thinking Redskins or Packers at defense.
I got to go with the Redskins because they're playing against Miami and they suck at all things NFL.
Rhett Hay says, love the intros this week. Appreciate it. We worked very hard at it. If he starts Hill at the flex, does he start Breida over Mixon?
Breida, I think I actually like Matt Breida a little bit more than Joe Mixon. So, yeah, I think I do.
He wants to know Delaney Walker or Jared Cook. I've got Walker ahead of Cook this week.
Yep.
Gotta love tight ends. Wink, wink. Kyle Riley wants to know Smith, Schuster, McLovin, Kittle, Andrews, 1 wide receiver, and 1 tight end.
Okay, so one of them, who are the wide receivers again? McLaurin?
Smith, Schuster, and McLaurin.
I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin.
And then Kittle's my pick at tight end.
Yep.
Alexander Gutierrez in a full PPR. Does he trade Breida and Cooks for Le'Veon Bell?
Breida and Cooks. As long as it's Brandon Cooks, then yes, I do that. I'm trying to buy Le'Veon Bell right now. This is the buy low window that me and Kyle were talking about this back in like July. Talking about that buy low window for Le'Veon Bell that do not, waste an early draft pick and draft him early. Trade for him later on. And I'm I always worry when Kyle just looks up at me and smirks. But
why were you winking on the stream?
Why were you watching it after the fact? That's creepy. Anyway,
because I was looking to see how many likes we had.
Oh, yeah. You talked about winking, and so I winked.
I just see you going in the background. All right. You Mad Bra 99, Jared Cook or Olsen in a half PPR. Keep up the good work. Please let it flow. You Mad Bra, don't worry. Flowing is going to become very soon. And Olsen over Cook this week for me. No, says Kyle. Oh, so I'm getting a question now.
Oh.
Someone trying to help balance it. Should I trade one of tight ends, Hunter Henry, Travis Kelce? He's struggling on wide receiver with Robert Woods. Shark, Sanu, running backs are Cook, Fournette, Montgomery, the Green Bay defense. You know what? I don't want to trade Kelce at all. Hunter Henry is nice. However, he needs to be back and healthy. So my suggestion right now is hold tight. This is what I always tell people to do. Float it out to your league that Travis Kelce's on the block. Just let your league know, hey, thinking about moving Kelce, might have a couple of offers out there. Everybody let me know what you'd be willing to give up. If you get somebody willing to overpay for him and give you a ton, maybe you get another decent tight end in return. Like maybe someone will give you like Waller or maybe you get like a Disley and somebody else in return. Then maybe consider it. But if not, if you don't get something that's overpaying, then just hold for right now. And then if Hunter Henry has a big week, then sell on Hunter Henry.
Very well said, Kyle. I'm glad they asked you that question.
Oh, boy. We still have there are a lot tonight.
All right.
You ready to roll through a few of these real quick?
Should I put the helmet down for it?
No, you don't need to. How many do we need to let it flow? How many likes?
I mean, I was going to say 600, but the last I checked, it was at 618.
Okay, so yeah, we've definitely beat that. Ranrick wants to know, in a non-PPR, need 2 for the flex. Galladay, Gallup. Oh my gosh, there's a ton. Galladay, Gallup, McLaurin, Breida, and Kittle.
And this is just for a flex?
Just for the flex.
I go Galladay and McLaurin.
2.
Galladay and McLaurin.
He says, thanks for all of your hard work and advice. Appreciate it, Ranrick. Jamie Buck wants to know, in a half PPR, he has both Kittle and Hooper. Should I start Hooper or MVS in the flex? Hooper. 100%.
Hooper.
Max Skill 001. Is Antonio Brown worth picking up off the waiver wire?
Not yet. Not unless you have such deep benches that you have spots to store somebody at the end, but otherwise, no.
Joreen Gaynor wants to know, in a half PPR, Breida, Thielen, Malcolm Brown, or Boyd?
Give me Thielen this week.
Gregory Shanadot wants to know, I didn't get that one right either. Sorry, Gregory. In a half PPR, Jordan Howard, Mike Williams, or Marvin Jones? Pick one.
I like Marvin Jones, but I think who was the very first one? Howard, Jones, and
Yep, Howard, Williams, and Marvin Jones.
I still go with Williams.
Noah says, hit that like button and let it flow. Absolutely. We're getting there. We're getting there. Travis Wright just throwing out a little love. Appreciate it, Travis. Trav wants to know, he's confused as hell again. Should he start Phillip Rivers or Matthew Stafford? And trust me, I know Kyle has him at 8 this week. Really confused. Must win this week. I'm still going with Stafford this week.
I think Stafford is still the higher ceiling.
Do what?
Stafford's still the higher ceiling, but I still think Phillip Rivers is a safe floor regardless. I don't think you can go wrong either way.
He's a safe floor, but Stafford has just played so well in Green Bay, and he's played very well this year too. Thomas wants to know, if David Johnson is out, are we going Edmonds or Malcolm Brown?
I like Edmonds a little bit more, but I think Malcolm Brown sees more volume, so he's probably safer.
Myjo Ghost wants to know, Kenyon Drake or Auden Tate in the flex?
I go with, I think Kenyon Drake has a better week against that Washington defense.
J.N. Smith is throwing a little love out here from Japan. What's up, guys? Are we going with Carson, Fournette, or Gallup in the flex?
Carson. I have to go with Carson.
And he says, BT Dubs, hashtag Detroit, Jake.
Ha! Funny guy. Funny guy. He's hilarious.
The Null 2K just throwing out some love. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Blake Crute traded Dalvin Cook for Kamara and Tyreek Hill. Is that good?
I mean, I don't think I would ever trade Dalvin Cook, but
I don't think it's a bad trade.
I don't think it's a bad trade, though.
David Montgomery for James Conner.
Am I picking one, or is that a trade?
That's a trade, I think.
I would much rather have James Conner.
That's from Clems Onar. Billy Arajuin. I didn't get that right either. I'm sorry. I'm just screwing up tonight. Gallup, Ridley, Odell, or Breida need wide receiver 2 and a flex. So Odell, Ridley, or Gallup is your wide receiver 2.
Odell. I still got to go with Odell there.
Gallup, Ridley, or Breida is your flex.
Gallup, Ridley, or Breida as my flex. I got to go with that game. Stick in Atlanta. Go with Ridley.
Dave McVicker says, hey, again, Kupp and Connor for Cook and Edelman. Kupp and Connor for Cook and Edelman. If that's Dalvin Cook,
then I probably do it. Yeah.
Take the Cook side.
I was just told by somebody to yell the word popcorn. I don't know why.
Let's go, popcorn.
Popcorn.
Legend Jumpman just throwing out a little bit of love there. Appreciate it, Legend. Whoa. Tuilia Malo. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, people. I'm screwing names up all over the place tonight. Do y'all believe Vance McDees and Henry is still on waivers? McDees
nuts. That's a great team name. You should name your team.
Oh, I love it.
Get McDonald just for that reason.
Oh, man. Yeah. Edgar Pacheco said, just for that kiss, Kyle, I'm back again. LOL. Did I blow a kiss to somebody?
If you did, that's really, really creepy.
I don't remember doing that, Edgar, but thanks.
Oh,
also,
you did
one more question.
Hey, you did this thing. You did this.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
You did the Sammy Sosa.
I remember now.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd or Michael Gallup is the flex in a full PPR. Thanks for all you do.
Tyler Boyd.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Edgar. Jack Needleham says in a half PPR flex, Adrian Peterson or Curtis Samuel or Malcolm Brown?
Adrian Peterson or Curtis Samuel. Did you say it was a PPR or no?
Half
PPR. I still go with Samuel.
Jake, get that helmet ready.
It's on. We're
going to get through these. Tony Newman wants to know Robert Woods or DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
Jordan Caba, should I trade Juju and David Montgomery for David Johnson in a PPR?
Juju and Montgomery for David Johnson. No.
Yeah, I'm probably holding the Juju still right now.
Yeah.
Adam Cabbage wants to know, should I offer Connor for Bell? I would take Bell moving forward over Connor.
Me too, absolutely.
Daniel, I just moved again. Daniel Creasy wants to know, what's up, Jake, the Snake, and Kyle? Need 2.5 PPR. Fournette, Eckler, Coleman, Devontae Freeman, and Hyde. Fournette and Eckler?
Yep.
Kim Edmond is just throwing out some love. Appreciate it, Kim. Chris Pazzo, if no Kamara in a full PPR, Malcolm Brown or Latavius Murray?
Latavius Murray.
Jarrett Crane, Work League Dilemma, needs a PPR flex. Lindsey, Breida, or Woods?
I think Breida is the safest option, and then followed by Lindsey.
He wants to know if he should keep Adams and try and ditch. No, keep Adams for right now.
Yes, keep him.
Chi-Town 72, just throwing out some love. Appreciate it. Joshua Ibarra, wide receiver 1 and 2. So pick 2. Galladay, Fuller, Gallup, or Sutton.
Galladay's going to be one of them.
Fuller, Gallup, or Sutton.
Gallup or Sutton. Depending on the rest of your roster, if you got some safe plays, I go with Fuller. If you already got some gambles, then I go with Sutton.
Jordan Kaba, should I trade David Montgomery and Juju for David Johnson in a full PPR? I believe we just got that question, correct?
Yeah.
And we said Juju. Joshua Knudsen out there throwing out some love. Appreciate it, Josh. Play Mike Evans or Matt Breida.
Breida's still safer, in my opinion.
Josh is my boy. He's going to be the very first intern we have at the Fantasy Headliners, I believe.
He could be. But if he's asking that question for a league that we're in together, I totally going to give him the wrong answer on purpose.
He is in one of our leagues. Mark Cleveland wants to know, how much would you guys give for Thomas? It's a PPR, and he offered Carson, Boyd, and Sutton.
That's a lot. I don't think I'd give any more. I mean, I like Michael Thomas a lot, but there's a lot of depth at wide receiver, so there's no need to go out there and overpay for one.
Alejandro Camara wants to know Moore, Fitz, or Jeffrey. Pick 2 in a full PPR.
Moore and Fitzgerald.
Migo Ghost wants to know Gerald Everett or Jason Witten. I have Gerald Everett being a tight end 1 this week. He could creep into the top 10 of tight ends. Jake, let's let it flow, buddy.
All right, you ready? Count me down, Kyle. Going from 3 down to 1. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we got Tevin Coleman or David Johnson. As long as David Johnson's a full go, he's still going to be my choice there. We got a flex Gallup or Thompson or Sanu. If I have to pick one, I'm going with Michael Gallup. Thielen, Gordon, Ridley for your flex. I'm guessing that's Melvin Gordon. If that's the case, he's my choice. Let's see, Kamara or Lindsey. Who do I start? I'm really watching the reports for Kamara. If he's limited at all, Lindsey's still a safer play. Let's see, we got Diggs or Hardman at your flex. I'm gambling once again, going Stephon Diggs. OBJ or Fuller for your full PPR flex. Not going to bench OBJ just yet. Give me Odell. We have Brown or Eckler in a standard league. I'm guessing that's Malcolm Brown, but I'm still going Eckler even though it's standard. Lindsey or Fitzgerald in a PPR. Give me Fitz this week, especially if Christian Kirk does sit. Everett over Kittle. I don't think I can go that far just yet. Minshew or Rivers. I love Minshew. Minshew mania is a thing. He is a very safe play, just like Rivers. I think the upside is slightly higher. I'm going with the Gardner Minshew here this week. Now we got San Fran defense or the Rams defense. That's tough, but right now the San Francisco defense is playing so well. It's got to be my choice. Evans or Kerryon at your flex. I'm going with Kerryon. Malcolm Brown or Kenyon Drake. I'm still going Kenyon Drake going up against Washington. Malcolm Brown or Mecole Hardman in a flex PPR. If Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins both sit, I go Mecole Hardman there. Lindsey or Fitzgerald in a PPR. Still going with Fitzgerald there. Hill or Chark. If Hill plays, I go Hill, but Chark is still a great consolation prize there. Lamar Jackson or Deshaun Watson, 100%. Give me Deshaun Watson this week. What's my thoughts on the future of Crowder? I think that the volume's going to go up. The ceiling's never going to be too high, but the volume is going to be there, and the floor should come up here shortly. McLaurin or Chark half-point PPR flex. That's like choosing between 2 of my children. I really don't know which one is better, but as of right now in rankings, I got Terry McLaurin a little bit higher. Diggs or Gallup. Gallup is safer. Love the play. If you're looking for that higher upside, you go with Diggs going against that horrible Phillies secondary. Kittle or Disley. I'm still going with Kittle there. Howard or Chase Edmonds, going with Howard. Fuller or Diggs in a half-point PPR, hashtag extends. Right now we're going with Will Fuller as the safer pick there, but Diggs has that high upside. Gallup or Malcolm Brown, still going with Gallup. Goff or Keenum. That's close, but right now I think Keenum actually has the safer floor this week, but if the higher upside is still going to go with Goff. Evans or Scary Terry. I got Scary Terry higher than Mike Evans this week. Yes, I said that on the internet, and I'm now tied to it forever. Let's see here. We got Minshew or Wentz. That's a little bit tougher. Wentz has a difficult matchup going up against Minnesota. Gardner Minshew is probably slightly safer for me this week. In standard, AP, MVS, or Drake. Being that it's a standard league, I kind of go with Adrian Peterson and hope for a touchdown or maybe even 2. Woods or Samuel. Got Woods a little bit higher. Gordon or Thielen in the flex. It's got to be Melvin Gordon there. That's who I would choose. McLaurin or Ridley or Moore. I can pick 2. Man, these are great options. I got to go with McLaurin and Ridley there, though. Let's see. Ryan or Winston or Watson. Sorry, it was Watson. Going to go with Deshaun Watson there. Breida or Terry McLaurin in a full PPR. Breida is safer, but personally, I'm going with Scary Terry. Winston or Stafford for Ron L. He's got 46 question marks on this question, so I might as well answer it. Personally, I'm probably going to go with Stafford there because of the possible weather in London for the Tampa Bay game. Let's see, start 3, PPR, McLaurin, Sutton, or Chris Thompson. If I can start 3, you only listed 3, therefore I'm going to pick all 3. Titans or Redskins in standard. I don't know if it matters if it's standard or PPR, but I'm going with the Redskins going up against the Dolphins, who suck at everything else. Let's see, Aaron Jones or Le'Veon Bell. Going to go with Le'Veon Bell. Kamara, Carry-On, DJ Chark. Wow, that was a lot of options here. Let's see here. Kamara, Henry, Johnson, DJ Chark in a standard league. I can pick 3. I go with Kamara, Henry, and if that's David Johnson, I still got to go with David Johnson and sit DJ Chark, even though I like his opportunity this week. Coleman or Breida. If I can only choose one, I go with Breida. We have Rodgers or Goff. Give me Rodgers. Stafford or Wentz. Still going to probably go with Stafford there. What's this thing? I got to pause it for that one. Oh, spring or fall? Great question. Totally not fantasy football related, but give me fall all day long, even though I'm a fan of spring break. Let's see here. Gallup, Mixon, or Malcolm Brown in a standard. If I can only choose one, it may sound crazy, but I'm going Michael Gallup. Cortland Sutton or Carry-On in the flex. Give me Carry-On Johnson. Give me those 20 touches this week. We have Sanu. Oh, does Sanu ball out this week from tip of the horn? Giving him just the tip, because I always say that in the comment section to him. And yes, I think Sanu has a decent week this week. Dalton or Winston? I'm still going to go with Winston there. Thielen or Connor, half PPR flex. Give me James Conner. There's no Jalen Samuels, and they have Devlin Hodges as a freaking quarterback. He's going to see volume. Thielen or Connor in a half-point PPR. Did I just say that? Maybe I did. I'm going delirious. Kyler Murray or Aaron Rodgers? I got to go with Kyler Murray in that matchup going up against the Falcons. Whew. Whew.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'd be willing to let it flow too. However, I need 1,000 likes. That's right. I went there. We're at 726 now. There's 1,347 people watching. Hit that like button.
Yeah, because I need a break.
I got called out on Twitter for using for using history or for using statistics in Green Bay for Matt Stafford, saying that it was flawed because they've never had a pass defense like this.
Who cares? God, there's always going to be haters out there.
I replied and I said, it doesn't matter what I say. Someone will find it flawed.
Hey, Kyle, right here. This is what we tell them. Falk the haters.
I like it.
Falk the haters.
I like it.
All right, you got some more questions, Kyle? I just got a drink. I'm good.
I do. Alejandro wants to know Evans, Ridley, or Breida. Pick 2.
Evans, Ridley, or Breida. I can pick 2. Sounds crazy, but I'm going to sit Evans.
Gabe wants to know wide receiver 1 and 2 and flex in PPR. Gallup, McLaurin, Lockett, or Chark?
Gallup, McLaurin, Chark, and who was the other one?
Lockett.
I got to go with Lockett and McLaurin.
The Null 2K, Fitzgerald, Gallup, or Chris Thompson in a PPR?
I can only
feel
pick
like
one.
Gallup has the highest upside.
I think he does. You said Fitzgerald though, right?
Yeah.
He maybe has the safest floor. He's maybe the safer play, but Gallup the higher ceiling.
Brady Bailey. Brady Bailey. Nita Flex. Breida Howard. Landry or Scary Terry.
Breida, Landry. Am I crazy for going Scary Terry there?
No.
I don't think
He
so.
has the highest upside.
Yep, I think he does.
D. Clay Hill says, love you guys. You helped me beat my boss, and I'm still employed. D. Clay Hill, love you back. Should I play OBJ, Lockett, or Scary T?
That one's tough. As much as I like Terry, I don't think I could put him over both Lockett and OBJ. I think Lockett is the safest option there, especially if no Denzel Ward and no Greedy Williams once again for Cleveland. They're both listed questionable. I think Lockett's the safer play. Then I go with OBJ after that.
Somebody sent a message and then retracted it, so I can't ask you that one.
Okay.
Mike Sidori wants to know, sorry, boys. No problem. Don't be sorry for asking questions. Robert Woods, Josh Allen, 2nd, 3rd pick for Watson and Chark in a dynasty league.
So the 2 players and 2 picks?
So, yeah. So he traded for Watson and Chark. He traded Woods, Josh Allen, a 2nd and a 3rd for Watson and Chark.
I don't hate that.
I don't either.
Not in
I don't know.
Dynasty, I don't hate
I
it.
think it's pretty close.
Yep. Keep the first, trade the seconds and thirds. I don't care.
Yeah, Mike says, thanks. You guys are the best. Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you. Hamburger Helper, do you think David Johnson or Hunter Henry starts? It sounds like both of them are on track to start. We just don't know yet.
Yep. I think David Johnson has a better chance to start at this point.
Tony wants to know, I have Austin Eckler and Melvin Gordon and Kamara. Is it safe to start Gordon and Eckler if Kamara is not playing?
If Kamara's out, then yes, then I go with both of them. It's typically I'd try to avoid that, but both those guys have, RB2 floors, RB1 ceilings.
Travis Wright wants to know, should he trade Gurley and Brown for Hill and Mack? It's Malcolm Brown.
Then yes, I think I do.
Yeah, I would go with that too. Tony next door wants to know LaShawn McCoy or Adrian Peterson for running back 2 in a full PPR this week.
Even though I think Damian comes back to closer to the 50-50 split this week, I still think I have to go with LaShawn McCoy there.
Reese Productions wants to know Damian Williams or Tevin Coleman in a full PPR.
Man, I'm going to have to... I think they're going to be pretty close. I think Damian Williams is still going to be my choice there, but they're really close back-to-back.
Izzy E wants to know Malcolm Brown, Tevin Coleman, or Gallup in a flex PPR.
There's a couple good options there. I think I still have to... I think Tevin Coleman's the safer option, but Michael Gallup if you're looking for the higher ceiling.
And we are still 100 and... I can't see from here. 138 likes from Letting It Flow again.
All right, who wants to see Kyle put on an oversized helmet and let it flow for you all? If you do, you better hit the like button right now. You have the miniature version on a very large head. So now we're going to get a normal size head and an abnormally large helmet, and Kyle can let it flow with the best of them. We've seen it, right, Kyle? Show him the helmet. Show him the football helmet, not the other helmet. They saw enough of that this week. But put it on. Show him how oversized it is, Kyle.
I don't want to mess up my hair yet.
Oh, come on. They're going to get the likes. You know they are. There we go. Wow. That's amazing. See? Can you let it sit? There you go. Look at that. Both of us look like we're on the sidelines getting ready to go in. Put us in, coach.
I look much more ready than you do.
No, you don't.
You're just based on our helmets? Yes.
I don't even have pants on right now, Kyle. I'm good to go.
Oh, Lord. All right, hold on. I got another one here. Got a couple more. Richie Falcone wants to know he has Hooper and Kelsey in the flex in a full PPR. It says, I got Hooper and Kelsey flex full PPR Washington D. Well, I'm okay with Hooper and Kelsey being in your lineup if you have to flex one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So am I.
Is he playing the Washington D this week?
I would. I don't mind him going up against Miami. Why? Because Miami sucks.
Shane Fuco wants to know in a half PPR pick 2. Hill, McLaurin, Evans, or Diggs?
Hold on. McLaurin, Hill, Diggs,
Evans, or Diggs?
I can only pick how many?
Hill, McLaurin, Evans, or Diggs? 2.
Huh?
Hill, McLaurin, Evans, Diggs.
I go with Hill and McLaurin as long as Hill goes. If he doesn't, then I go to Mike Evans.
Andrew Trujillo says, do I trade Saquon and Watkins for Bell and Boyd?
Yes, I think I do. Because Watkins is kind of a moot point at this time.
Valentin and Mac both throwing out a little bit of love there. Appreciate both of you for doing that. Thank you.
David Glessner wants to know if we'd pick Bo Jackson or Kyler Murray. That's what it says. I mean, Bo knows. I got to go with Bo Jackson.
I would say yes, too.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what the question is.
Yeah.
Is this to start a franchise? Is it favorite player to watch? Is it who will have the better career?
Yes, to all of that.
Yes, to all of it.
Kyle, are we at 1,000? I have a feeling we're at 1,000.
928. Dylan Wilson wants to know Melvin Gordon, Aaron Jones, or Derrick Henry in standard. I'm
Only
going
one?
Derrick Henry this week.
Huh?
Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, or Melvin Gordon in standard.
I think Derrick Henry's my highest so far.
Bruce Asmodus wants to know. Oh, just moved. Ridley Fitzgerald, Chark, or Terry McLaurin in PPR.
Ridley, and I can only pick one?
Yep.
Safest, maybe Fitzgerald if you're looking for safety. Otherwise, I go with Calvin Ridley.
And he wants to know Watson or Jackson. I'm going with Watson.
Yep.
Ben Lewis says he traded Aaron Jones for Le'Veon Bell and Deshaun Jackson. So
Deshaun Jackson's kind of useless at this point, but I
He can
want
come back.
Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, he'll come back at some point.
And then he wants to know, do I start Chark or Eckler in a half PPR?
I still go with Eckler.
And then pick 2, Mike Evans, Woods, Ridley, or Boyd.
Boyd and Ridley.
Valentin threw out a little bit more love again. Appreciate it. Jake Noonkester, Aaron R., and Melvin Gordon for Kamara. How did I do? I'll take the Kamara side all day long.
Yep, let's just hope that he's not truly, really injured.
Johnny MacArthur, pick 2, wide receiver Samuel. Pick 2 wide receiver Samuel, Marvin Jones, Juju, and Alden Tate.
Man, I'm not a big fan of Juju with Devlin Hodges. I'm just not. But I have a hard time with those choices not picking Juju.
Mac says Marlin, Kittle, and Green for Melvin and Evans. I think I have to go for Melvin and Evans there. Because,
as long as you have a tight end, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Bruce is thanking us for answering his question and says, we rock. Bruce, you rock.
Kyle, you better get that helmet ready.
I'm waiting for those likes, man.
I mean,
those likes aren't at 1,000. It's only at 956. We have 1,275 people watching, and some of you aren't going to hit the like
Come
button.
on, let Kyle let it flow. Let him put on the helmet and let him show you the skills that he's got.
David Glessner's throwing out some love. Appreciate it, David.
Let's see here.
Jay and Smith says, you guys are awesome. Jay, appreciate it. Oh, man. Nope. I'm going to screw this.
You want me to do it?
It's EYASU.
It's Iyasu Bitwas. Or Bitwas. No, it's Iyasu Bitwas. That's what I'm going to say. I nailed it. I think I nailed it, Kyle.
Nailed it.
I nailed it.
Gallup, Boyd, Fitz, or McLaurin in standard. Pick 2.
If I can pick 2, I'm going to go with, I want to say Boyd and McLaurin. If you're one a little bit safer, you go Boyd and Fitz.
Ella T. Grasso wants to know pick 2 in standard. Pringle, Diggs, Christian Kirk, and Kenyon Drake. Every time that name comes up, I'm just getting hungry. I just want to go get some Pringles.
Pringles. I don't go with Pringle unless Sammy and Tyreek both sit. That's the only way that I go with Pringle. Who are the other options?
Pringle, Diggs, Kirk, or Drake.
Man, and we don't even know if Kirk's going to play, so it's hard to pick him. So you got to go with Diggs and Drake.
Nicholas Allen says Browns defense or Packers defense, and should he trade Godwin?
I mean, I wouldn't trade Godwin for that question. No,
unless someone's overpaying.
Yeah,
everybody has a price.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends what you could get for him, but I wouldn't be looking to trade him. It just depends what you get offered. And then what was the defense question?
Green Bay Browns or Packers?
Packers, I guess, but it's close.
Mark Cleveland wants to know Evans and Alshon for Boyd and Lockett.
Evans and Alshon for Boyd and Lockett. I mean, I think Boyd and Lockett is the safer duo of the two. I like that. I mean, I hate to give up on Evans this soon, though, because I do think that he has a better second half of the year.
RC Production said, thanks for the advice. By the way, it's pronounced RC. I thought I said that, but maybe I didn't. Oh. I've messed up a lot of names tonight.
Yes, he has.
Alejandro back in the chat with another question. Appreciate it, Alejandro. Green Bay, Denver, Seattle, or Jacksonville?
Green Bay, Denver, Seattle, or Jacksonville. I think I may go Jacksonville if Kamara sits, so I'll preface it with that. Otherwise, Denver may be the next closest, but I'm not even that excited about it. But they're going against Tennessee, whose offense is so hit or miss.
Chris Caruso and half PPR, Gallup or Moore?
DJ Moore I have higher right now.
And then do you flex Derrick Henry or the wide receiver you didn't pick?
I go with Derrick Henry.
Matic 978. If Kamara is out, should he pick up Kenyon Drake in standard?
Yes. I mean, if that's the only option you have, then yeah.
Keep it 100. Howard, Thompson, Drake, McCoy. Pick 2.
Howard, Thompson, Drake, McCoy. Howard and McCoy. Actually, no. Yeah. Howard, McCoy. Sorry. We must have hit 1,000 because Kyle's getting ready.
I have to get the glasses in here because I can't see without them.
Well, old age will do that.
So we are an hour and 10 minutes into the stream, and we still have over 1,200 people watching.
Perfect. You all having fun? Everybody
That's
having fun out
awesome.
there on a Saturday evening? Letting it flow? I let it flow for a while, so Kyle's got to let it flow for even longer. Let me know when you're ready, Kyle. Huh?
Are we ready for this?
I'm ready. If the people
Flex
are
Landry
ready.
and McLaurin, we're going with McLaurin. Williams or Freeman, we're going to go with Freeman if that's Devontae Freeman. Jones Jr. or DeMarcus Robinson, going with Jones Jr. Thank you guys. Golf or Wentz, going with Wentz. Half PPR Gallup or McLaurin, going with McLaurin. And a half PPR, oh, I just answered that. Hockenson or Vance McDonald, going with Vance McDonald. DJ Moore or Cortland Sutton, going with Cortland Sutton. Emmanuel Sanders or Brandon Cooks, I'll go with Sanders. Eckler or Breida is running back 2. I'll go with Breida to be safe. Eckler for the upside. Seriously, which wide receiver, Godwin or Evans? Godwin right now. Pick 2, Melvin Gordon, Chubb, or Mixon, going with Melvin Gordon and Chubb. Would you give up Eckler for Bell? Yes, I'll take Bell right now. McLaurin or Woods? McLaurin. Half PPR, Gallup or McLaurin? McLaurin. Juju or Gallup in the flex? Juju. Chark or Chris Thompson or Malcolm Brown in the flex play? We'll go with Chark. Pick 2, Melvin Gordon. Oh, geez, I keep reading the same ones over and over. Boyd, Lockett, or Galladay, wide receiver 2 in a PPR. I'm going to go with Galladay this week. Eckler or Breida. I'm going to still go with Breida to be safe. Eckler for the upside. Kyler or Lamar. I'm going to go with Kyler. Metcalf or Pringle. Metcalf. Chark or Sanders. Chark. You guys are my favorite fantasy gods. Appreciate it. Orion, Amanda, Kelly, Anderson. That's a lot of names. Half PPR, Mixon or Williams. I'm going to go with Mixon if that's supposed to be Mike Williams. Flex, Hyde, or Auden Tate. Going to do Hyde. Melvin or MG Jr. or Malcolm Brown. Going to go with MG Jr. there. Half PPR, Bringle or Metcalf. Going to go with Metcalf. Galladay, McLaurin, and Devontae Freeman in a full PPR flex. If I only have to pick one, I will go with McLaurin for the upside. Galladay to be safe. Mixon or Moore, flex and standard. Moore who?
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. My bad. Going with Mixon. Carlos Hyde, Damian Williams, or Malcolm Brown. I'll go with Damian Williams for the upside if it's PPR. Gallup or McLaurin in the flex, McLaurin. Goff or Winston, going with Winston. If Kamara is out, Murray or I lost it. It doesn't matter anymore. Sorry, I missed your message. MVS, Miko, Pringle, Emmanuel Sanders. Pick one, please, Sanders. Traded away Dalvin Cook and Godwin for Bell and Michael Thomas. I'm taking that Dalvin Cook side all day, every day. Marquise Brown in the flex. If Kamara is out, sure, run with it. Wentz or Murray 100%. I'm watching you laugh on the delayed stream on my computer. Trade Kenny Galladay for AJ Green. Absolutely not. Keep Kenny Galladay. Trade Hilton and Boyd for Julio Jones. Yes, take Julio. Julio or Thielen. Julio. Odell or Juju. If we're just talking about this week, I'm still going to just run Odell out there. Melvin Gordon, Mike Williams, Curtis Samuel, and a full PPR. I'm going to go with Melvin Gordon. You guys rock. Should I trade Kamara for Bell and the Pats D? No. Pick 2 in a PPR. Damian Williams, DJ Moore, Malcolm Brown. I'm going to go with Williams and DJ Moore. Hollywood Brown or Sutton. I'm going to go with Sutton. Great show, guys. I need a wide receiver too. Gallup or Fuller. I'm going to go with Gallup. Jimmy Graham or Akins. I'm going to go with Atkins. Mixon or Brown. I'm going to go with Mixon. Mixon or Malcolm Brown in the standard. Also Mixon. McCoy. Nope, lost that one too. DeMarcus Robinson or Emmanuel Sanders. Juju or Sutton. Going to go with Juju. Disley or Ertz. Going with Disley. Full PPR, Disley or Ertz. Still rolling with Disley. Trade Tyreek Hill and Kerryon Johnson for Zeke and Sony Michel. That's a tough one. I would still rather have Zeke. Pick 2, Tyreek, DJ, Ingram, Tyreek, and DJ. Damian Williams or Chris Thompson. I don't want to say Damian Williams. I'm still going to say it. You guys rock. Should I trade Kamara for Pelham? Stop typing your question so much. Kerryon Johnson or Malcolm Brown in a PPR. Kerryon Johnson. Adam Jones or Melvin Gordon. I'll run with Jones this week. McLaurin. Yes, it just says McLaurin. Sure. Cousins, Stafford, or Garoppolo. It's Stafford. Wentz or Minshew. Going to go with Minshew still. Did Kamara out? McCoy or Brown and a half. I'm going to run with, I want to say McCoy.
Flow, Kyle. Flow. Let it flow.
Brown. Go with Brown to be absolutely safe. He'll get some touches still. Connor or Lockett. Going to go with Lockett this week. Full PPR. OBJ or Boy. OBJ. Juju or McLaurin. Still going to go with Juju this week. Everett or Jimmy G for a tight end. I'm going to go with Everett. PPR 1 point. Damian Williams or DJ Moore. I'll go with DJ Moore. PPR 1 point. Damian Williams. Why you? It's the same question on the same line. McLaurin or Sutton. Going to go with McLaurin. David Johnson or Kerryon. I'll go with David Johnson if he plays.
Love it, Kyle. That was a good flow.
So many people typing their question over and over kept getting me.
They got to be careful with that too, because I've heard some other people say that they sent their question so many times that Google flagged them for spam and deleted their account. I don't know why or how or if that happens, but I've heard about it. How you feeling, Kyle? Feeling a little bit lightheaded? You doing good all right there?
You just asked me how I'm feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I thought you flew just well.
Bill and Cook for McCaffrey and Chark. I'm going to go with McCaffrey and Chark 100%. Start 2 in a PPR. Drake Jarvis or Malcolm Brown. That's going to be Drake and Jarvis. It doesn't feel the same without the helmet.
No, it doesn't.
I was like, I'm just going to try it without the helmet for a second. Nope.
The helmet's like a superpower.
Yeah. You can't do it. You can't do it without the helmet.
I mean, that's part of the purpose of it. It's got to, it's like Iron Man without a suit. You got to have the suit on.
Kyle's like, WTF, is it over yet? Let's get caught up in some other. Hold on a second. Now I got to get caught up down here real quick.
All right.
Josh V just throwing out a little bit of love. Josh, appreciate it. Jose Rondon started Josh Gordon over Lockett. Should he sub in Lockett for Lindsey?
No, I still think that Lindsey's probably safer at this point. But if you're in a big hole already because Josh Gordon didn't do nothing for you and you're looking for that higher ceiling to try to make up the difference, Lockett may be the better option.
Matt Hannon wants to know, are we trading DJ, Sony, and TY for Kamara and Evans?
DJ, Sony, and TY for Kamara and Evans. I don't hate that.
I'll take Kamara on that side.
Yeah.
Danny Martinez wants to know, at his flex, should he go with Sanu, Coleman, or hashtag say no to Rojo?
I just can't do it. So it's Sanu, Rojo, and who was the other option?
Coleman.
I still think Coleman's the safer of the trio there.
Ken Dorsey wants to know Fuller or Chark.
Give me hashtag Chark Week. Let's go with the Chark Week.
This probably has to be the longest that we've been over 1,200 people on a stream. Oh, it just dropped to $11.99.
You jinxed it. Way to go, Kyle. Thanks, Kyle.
Steve Barry says, Kyle, it's let it flow, not mull it over.
That's awesome.
Oh, Steve, I love that message. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Perfect.
Whew.
Yeah, you all right? Did you get yourself hydrated a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go through some questions and let you compose yourself slightly.
We're not going anywhere, people.
Yeah, I mean, we're still here. It's still Saturday night, and we're still here after an hour and 18 minutes. Malcolm Brown, Tevin Coleman. Well, that's the weather. Quit asking duplicate questions. We'll get to as many as we can. I don't want them to flag your account. Fuller or Tate? I'm guessing that's Auden Tate now at this point. So if it's between Auden Tate or Will Fuller, I'm going with Will Fuller. Spencer Swanson says he's a student. Have fun with that. Clark. It says Clark or Juju in the flex. Now, Spencer, let's just talk about this for a second, okay? If it's a flex play between Juju and Clark, I'm guessing now, but this is just because I'm nearing 40. That in my ultimate wisdom as an older man, that I'm guessing you mean Chark. However, people, before you submit a question, make sure the stuff's spelled right, because if you put the wrong name down, I have no idea who the heck Clark is. I can only assume that it's DJ Chark or Juju. So, Spencer, make sure you use a little bit of spell check. Check that ahead of time, because I don't know who the heck Clark is. If it's DJ Chark, I'm still going with Juju.
What was the student comment for?
I don't know. It says student after his name.
Oh.
It says Spencer Swanson, and then in parentheses it says student. So I said, cool. Have fun with that. Because I don't miss being in school.
It caught me so off guard.
Yeah, no, I didn't just make it up, Kyle.
Kaiser AA17 wants to know, pick 2, Christian Kirk, Allison Samuel, or Mike Williams.
Allison, Samuel. I'm going to go with Samuel and Mike Williams.
Jake Nooncaster wants to know Hill, Thielen, McLaurin, or Lockett or Juju. Pick two. Hill, Thielen, McLaurin, Lockett, Juju.
Hill, if he plays, would be one of them. And then I would go with Lockett. And if Hill does not play, then I go with McLaurin.
Whew.
I feel like we've talked a lot in an hour and 20 minutes, Kyle.
I feel like it too.
Like, I'm a little tired.
There's a lot of questions tonight.
Yeah, I mean, do people, are they done with us for the day, or should we stay just a little bit longer?
Yeah, do you all want us to leave? Would you like us to end the stream? Is there anybody out there that is thinking, you know what? Kyle's just too gosh darn handsome. I cannot continue to watch him on stream. I need to shut it off.
There's
That's why
literally
they refer
nobody
to me
on
as
the
Kyle
internet.
Richardson, sex icon.
There's literally nobody on the internet that's thinking that right now. Nobody.
Oh.
I mean, there may be one person. Maybe. But probably not.
Rosabelle said that I'm the tight end expert. Hooper or Kittle? I'm going with Hooper this week. He's my number one tight end.
I mean, you are. You are the expert of all things tight ends.
Aaron said goodbye, Kyle.
Wow.
Chris said way too handsome. Shut it off.
Wow. Chris is a dang liar. Come on, Chris. Pretty soon we keep talking like that, his head's actually going to fit in his helmet.
Caesar said, no, answer my question first. Chase Edmonds or Malcolm Brown?
Ugh.
Actually, technically, he said Malcolm Brown.
Malcolm Brown. Well, if he says it's Malcolm Brown, we got to go with Malcolm Brown then. That's who I'd take, just so that we know he's going to get more touches at this point.
Ben said, I'm not handsome, but please stay.
Well, Kyle's hashtag squirrel nuts, hashtag Viagra.
Oh, man. The squirrel nuts will never, ever, ever go away.
No, absolutely not. Kittle, Mike C wanted to make sure that he told us that Kittle has a groin.
He does.
He does.
He does. Yeah, no, he's got a little bit of a growing thing going on, but I'm not too worried about it.
I'm just glad that we solidified that he does have a groin. Like, he is not like an alien who doesn't have a groin. He's got one. So we've established that.
Anthony asked that we keep going until kickoff tomorrow.
That will not happen, Anthony. Not yet. Once we hit 100,000 subscribers, I said we would do a 24-hour live stream.
Shane sent some money just to say that he still prefers you over me.
Come on, Shane. I mean, look at Kyle. Just look at him. I mean, show the guy some love.
I just continue to say the same thing, people. It's Headliner Nation against the world. So don't pit Jake and I against each other. Yeah. If you like one more than the other, that's all right. We all have our favorite analysts. That's absolutely okay. But you don't need to say that stuff out loud because we're trying to be the best. Together is one. Like this. We become one.
Not like this. That's like weird. We're like this. Okay? None of this. That's not going to happen. No, sir. Wrong. Wrong way to explain that, Kyle. Man, maybe we should end it.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I literally have tears in my eyes.
Yeah, that's awkward. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it, Ben. Wow. Keith Jennings is excited for a 24-hour live stream. He wants to see it. It would be a lot of fun. I mean, it would be. I mean, I don't know how I would physically do that yet, but I mean, heck, I would give it a try for $100,000. $100,000 for 100,000 subscribers. I mean, for $100,000, I'll do a lot of things, but for 100,000 subscribers, I'll do a 24-hour live stream. Let's see, what is this one? This one caught my eye here. I got to slow it down though. Let's see. Simon Pidani says, "Suck it." Well, he can suck it right back because we don't care about you. Let's see.
What?
I don't know. Don't even know who he is. He thinks he's cool, but he's obviously not. Let's see here.
Be gone.
Is Bob Menery going to be a special guest tonight? Be a lot cooler if he did. Most random comment ever.
Who is that?
Bob Menery is a guy who does voiceovers of funny things, and he does like a newscaster reporting something, and he just makes it all funny instead of the actual news person who's talking.
No, it's just Jake and I, but you don't need any other entertainment than that. Noah said, let's talk some trade low, trade high, running back, tight end. We're going to be doing a trade episode this week.
Yep.
So keep an eye out for that.
This coming up week. For week 7, there'll be a trade video in it. So
I can't believe through all of that crap that we still have 1,100 people here.
I love it. I mean, people want to be real. That's one thing that this channel is all about, is just being real. I mean, this is a couple of guys that you could sit around and watch football and have fun with. That's what this is all about. We're not up here reading off teleprompters and giving you canned answers. That's boring and overrated. I got a question for you since you are the tight end expert, Kyle. Rob Gronkowski or J-Lo? I mean, it's a legit question. I have it paused here on my screen.
J-Lo.
Okay. Thank you for answering it that way. That kind of redeems you from your previous comment of us being one or whatever.
Triple Threat Gaming wants to know if he should trade Odell or not.
I mean, you can always float people out there. You said it earlier. Put him out there. See what you can get for him. Just don't give him away, because right now his value is pretty low. I try to hang tight if you can.
Ben wants to know Patriots D and Saquon for Gordon and Julio.
What is it again?
Patriots D and Saquon for Gordon and Julio.
I mean, it's kind of hard because right now the Patriots defense is like the #1 overall wide receiver fantasy point wise. So the fact that that's even like a thought process is crazy. But I mean, I'll take those position players. I mean, even though the defense is playing crazy, they haven't played anybody that great yet. I mean, consistently for New England. They've had a great schedule.
Jeremy said he went from being perennially last to first in one off season.
Boom. He didn't say it was because of us though.
He didn't.
I'm just saying. But we don't make the choices. We just give the opinions. The people still make their own choices.
This is my favorite part of the show. Every week since week 1, towards like the very end, it's like one of the last questions we always take. This account pops up with one question and that's it. And it's all my girl's ugly.
That's true. It is, huh?
Yes, it is. It's like one of the last questions we get for the night. Anyway, let me go back up here so I can read it. And a full PPR pick 3, Chubb, Melvin Gordon, Damian Williams, and Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook and Chubb 100%. So then Gordon or Damian Williams?
Gordon.
Rico's just throwing a little love this way. Appreciate it, Rico. Jeremy, my team's so good. Evans is on my bench, and Godwin is my wide receiver 3. Holy awesome.
Wow.
Dan says, trade Mahomes, McCoy, and Jared Cook for Wentz, Carson, and Kelsey. Yes.
I mean, it's close. I mean,
it's honestly not that close for me.
Really?
Because Wentz is the QB7 right now.
Yeah.
And Mahomes is the QB4. Now, he hasn't played great the last couple of weeks. He will end up playing better.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the difference between Mahomes and Wentz is maybe a little stability. Yes, maybe you have to, like, stream a quarterback a certain week. But McCoy to Carson is huge, and Jared Cook to Kelsey is, I mean, a gigantic jump. So I'm 100% going Wentz, Carson, and Kelsey in this.
All right, then. You're the tight end master.
Josh V is just throwing out a little bit of love here. Josh, appreciate it. Jay Smith says, y'all both are good and my faves. Jay, Jay always comes through, man.
What's up, Jay?
He knows what's up.
That's right. Keeping it
Orlando real. Gonzalez says, great 1 hour live stream. Well, we're actually an hour and 29 minutes into this at this point. McCoy or Pringle at the flex.
It's one of those things, once again, if Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins both sit, I go Pringle.
Paul's in the chat. Paul is always in the chat, but he
Paul.
told me my hair is all effed up. You know what, Paul?
Paul,
my hair doesn't look too bad right now.
I don't think it does, and it's because you had on an oversized helmet.
I'm still holding it. I wonder why.
Yeah. Oh no, you're gonna do it again?
That's what she said. What?
Do the people want it again?
That's also what she said.
Well, how many people are involved? How many? Never mind.
Boosted Trucks says pick 3: Shark, Diggs, McLaurin, Hollywood, Marvin Jones.
Shark, Diggs, McLaurin, Hollywood, and what?
McLaurin's 1. We've already established we like him this week.
Yep.
Shark is probably the second one, right?
Probably.
So then Hollywood or Marvin Jones or
I mean,
Diggs?
right now, I have Hollywood higher out of all three.
Hunter Henry, Delaney Walker, or Chris Herndon for the season? I'm assuming rest of the season.
I mean, I want to say Hunter Henry, but I got to see him healthy before I say
I'll
that.
still take him. I don't care. It's Hunter Henry. He has told us before he likes this show.
He does. Yeah, he's come on here and told us that.
Mike C said Mike C is just throwing out some love there. Appreciate it, Mike C. Appreciate it a lot. Mac is asking a question now again. What's AJ Green's value? Also Marlon Mack or Melvin Gordon the rest of the season. AJ Green's value is basically nothing at this point because number one, he's back maybe in a couple of weeks, but we don't know what we're going to do with him. And there's talk of him being traded.
This is a 4-year-old Uniball Vision fine point pen. That's what AJ Green is worth in fantasy football right now. What do you got, Kyle? You got anything good down there? Looking for AJ. Everybody looking for AJ under the desk. That sounded bad.
I have a prop still over here.
A prop of what? What do you have a prop of? This is scary. Wow. Way to go, Kyle.
What video was that from? I don't even remember anymore.
You got excited about something. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, Ricky Seals Jones.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, you got excited.
Oh, man. I'm messing everything up.
Somebody here says, is it too risky to start McLaurin and Chris Thompson? Would you start 2 Redskins, Kyle?
I mean, it is the Miami Dolphins, so I don't have any issue with it.
Yeah, me neither. Crown and Coke just says, Jake has a Uniball. What? Well, even if I did, I wouldn't tell you the absolute truth. I'm sure it's not going to show you. Should people pick up Jay Ajayi? There's a good question, Kyle. It's come out this week that he's going to... Wow, that's creepy.
I have these under here. This was going to be a prop, and then I ended up switching to something else.
Wow. Can you answer the question about Jay Ajayi?
What about him? No, I'm not picking him up.
Do you think he signed somewhere?
If he hasn't signed somewhere by now, no, I don't think he signs anywhere.
I kind of agree with that.
Here's the credit card that I used to purchase your better tight ends. And
in 48 hours?
It's a Speedway rewards card. Speedway, if you're watching right now and would like to,
Sponsor?
give me some free coffee for tossing your name out there.
Yeah.
I won't say no. Jay, did we answer Jay's question?
I don't remember. Ask it again.
I was over here playing with my props.
Yeah. On the internet. Perfect. Anyway.
This is from Josh first, and a half PPR pick to DJ Tyler. What happened?
Nothing. Go ahead first.
And a half PPR pick to DJ Tyreek Ingram if they all play.
DJ Tyreek and Ingram. I can pick how many?
You have to pick 2.
I sit David Johnson. Oh no, I don't. I sit Tyreek Hill if I have to.
Jay and Smith, is OBJ and Diggs worth starting?
Depending on what options you have, yeah. I mean, the upside is through the roof for both of them, but it just depends.
He also says, special thanks to y'all for helping me. 5-0 so far this season. FTH is the best. Jay, we appreciate you. Luke Joseph says, risk it with David Johnson or just throw in Chris Carson.
I throw in Chris Carson.
Why were you covering your face a minute ago?
Because I saw something absolutely hilarious.
And you didn't share it with me?
Well, I told you to finish the question first.
Okay, so what was absolutely hilarious?
C0110, put the 2 emoji signs that do this. It was hilarious. I couldn't help it.
I feel like I'm going to get yelled at after this.
TT wants to know if you like ketchup on your hot dog or nah.
Do I like ketchup on my hot dog?
Or nah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say no to a hot dog without ketchup, but I will eat a hot dog.
Will you eat a plain hot dog?
I mean, I'm not just running to the fridge, grabbing a hot dog out of the container
No, but
and eating
you know
it.
what? I'm going to say this, and this is 100% truth. If I'm at a baseball game, I like plain hot dogs.
You know what? I can agree with that because sometimes it's just far too difficult to have the mustard and the ketchup and oh Lord.
These guys, I love this part of the show where we can kind of just sit back and relax. We've answered questions for 80 minutes. Anton Verzak, what has happened to this show? Tight ends, Viagra, and now lightsabers. I mean, it's true. I mean, we like to have fun. I mean, seriously. I mean,
someone asked about barbecue on a hot dog. Yeah, I'll throw some barbecue sauce on a hot dog every once in a while.
I don't know about that.
I will.
I got to draw the line.
You know what's really good? If you get those brats that have cheese in them, especially if they're like jalapeno cheese brats, a little bit of barbecue sauce. And coleslaw.
You a fan of coleslaw?
I'm a fan of coleslaw on top of things.
Okay, that's only partially weird, but that's not bad.
No, Mike C says now he's jonesing for a hot dog. I am as well. And we've got like this fancy hot dog place opening here, Giordano's or something like that. I'm not sure. Apparently there's one in Indianapolis. They're opening something up here too. So.
Oh, I think I've been to the one in Indianapolis before when we were there for the Combine. I think I went to, it started with a G and they had hot dogs. I'm guessing it's the same place.
That would be it. But next year at the Combine will be, everybody, if you're watching right now, next year at the Combine in Indianapolis, Jake and I will both be there. Fancy Headliners meet up at White Castle. Just letting you know right now. We'll let you know time and place later.
Meet up, yes. White Castle, hell no.
I want to see some hands up in the chat if we're going to do a meetup in Indianapolis at the Combine this year.
Just one hand, though. Just one emoji. If you randomly throw all these emojis and send it numerous times, Google will block you. Don't do it. Just one solo hand raise, like you're in class.
You get so upset when I ask people to put emojis in the chat.
Oh, I've heard people talk about their accounts getting like locked up, and I don't know why Google would do that. I mean, it makes no sense, but I'm just trying to fair warn the people.
Oren says, please, Kyler or Dak. Kyler. I haven't seen any hand emojis yet.
Just wait for it. They're coming. Mikey Mink, Kyle, the TE Whisperer.
Oh, there we go. There's some hands.
Yep. Aaron put a thumbs down.
Who did?
Somebody named Aaron. He doesn't want to hang out with us.
GTFO.
Yeah. Yeah, see, all kinds of stuff. All people. A lot of people out there want to meet up with us in Indianapolis. You know what? What?
Someone wants to do a case race at White Castle.
F that. I ain't doing it.
Jake and I versus two people.
I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
David Hathaway says, why not meet up in Terre Haute?
What is that?
It's a place in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
No, it will be in Indianapolis.
It will not be at White Castle.
At the Combine.
Somewhere around the Combine, yeah. I think we should take the show on the road at times next year and just do random city pop-ups. I wonder if people would come out and hang out with us.
That'd be awesome. If we're on the road, going to cities.
All right, get this. I'm gonna pitch this idea to Kyle live on the internet, and I want the people in the chat to say their thoughts on it.
And before you do that, just let people know we're going to answer some more fancy questions before we're done. We're just hanging out right now.
Yeah, we're just having some fun. Real quick before we do it, though, somebody wants me to shout out Duval. I don't know why, but he told me to do it. Anyway, pitching an idea to Kyle, and y'all are going to be a part of this conversation. I'm thinking about this for 2020. I want to buy one of those like 6x8 enclosed trailers. You see them outside of Home Depot and stuff like that. And I want to turn it into a mobile studio. And I want to go around to different locations in different states and do live shows from random meetup spots like, B-Dubs or, other places, sports bars, whatever, for fantasy football on Saturdays and Sundays. Are you down?
That's potential.
You have to commit right now.
It has potential. I can't commit right now.
You have to.
Oh. Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. We're doing it. I think that'd be a lot of fun just to drive around, different states and pop up and see people and hang out for the weekend. It'd be fun. If anybody wants to hang out with us. What about Charmin or Cottonelle, if you had to choose just one?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Isn't there like an Angel Soft brand? I think that's what we buy.
I'm not going to lie. We buy the brand from Sam's Club.
David wants to know if we'll take the tour to strip joints.
No, because we're both married and we would end up not married if we did that.
I've seen a few people say come to Phoenix.
Well, I'm in Phoenix a couple times a year. Just throwing that out there because I'm from Phoenix, so I'm always in Phoenix almost every year. Next time I'm out there, we'll organize something.
All right, let's answer a few more questions here real quick. Hold on, I gotta get back to where we were at. FH1776, D.D. Westbrook, Mike Williams, or Tevin Coleman in PPR?
Mike Williams.
David Glessner, just throwing out some love. David, appreciate it. Diggs, Alden Tate, and Alshon pick 2. Thanks, guys. From James Gaducci. I messed that up too. I'm sorry, James.
The name threw me off. Who was it again?
Diggs, Tate, and Alshon pick 2.
I'm going to go with Diggs and Tate.
Thanks, James. Sorry for screwing up your name again. Devin Kumar, full PPR, trade Derrick Henry for a good pass-catching running back. No. I mean, it depends on who you get, but I'm not trading Derrick Henry unless it's a good trade.
Yeah. Otherwise, no.
Connor Butler says, you jabronis, give me that fantasy gold. Kirk or Marquise Brown this week?
Got to go with Marquise Brown because Christian Kirk's still a game-time decision.
No says, how about you guys visit all NFL stadiums? We've talked about it.
I would love to do that.
We've talked about it.
I would absolutely love to do that. That's on the bucket list. But, however, that can't happen with me and Kyle still working 2 other, full-time jobs. We each have full-time jobs on the side, so that makes it a little bit difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But it's on the list. And if it's on a list, that means it gets accomplished at some point or another.
Mike C said, I'm going to poke my eye out with this thing.
I mean, that would make for a good video.
Crown and Coke said, Kyle, full PPR, Mike Williams or Emmanuel Sanders. I'll run with Sanders this week.
Run what you brung. McLaurin or Fuller for Rick Roll. I'm going to go with F1, Terry McLaurin.
Why would you ever come to Heinz Field?
Why would I ever? Just to say that I did?
Did we say we wouldn't?
No.
Huh.
I would go to Heinz Field. I'm not a Steelers fan, but I would go.
Giovanni Flores says Sanu or Thompson in a PPR league. I'll run with Sanu this week.
I even got a Steelers jersey hanging up over here. I just don't show it on camera because he's hurt now, and he hasn't done a whole lot. James Washington's just chilling here in the locker behind me. What about Hunter Henry or Akins for Cameron?
I have Henry, if he plays.
What about Cook or Henry for Le'Veon Bell? Le'Veon Bell's in the chat, everybody. Who wants to know about Cook or Henry?
Oh, Henry, 100%. I was like, Le'Veon Bell, what?
The guy's name's Le'Veon Bell. With Le'Veon Bell's picture.
Jay and Smith says, can I set it up to bring y'all to Japan? Come visit the military overseas. We're fantasy fanatics here too. And we watch every Sunday morning here. Go fantasy headliners. That would be absolutely incredible. Now, Jay, I don't know where you're at in Japan. I have my best friend since high school. He does some stuff here at the Fantasy Headliners, and by some stuff, I mean an article like twice since he's been here. But anyway, he was in the Marines for quite some time after high school, and he was stationed in Okinawa for quite a while. So I've heard some inside stories about it over there. He really loved living there, but to do something like that with the military would be fantastic. That would be the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, if anybody can hook something up like that, absolutely. Hit us up.
Yeah. So, Jay, if you do have some sort of connection and could make that happen, send us an email.
Yep, absolutely. The emails are down in the descriptions of all the shows. And, yeah, absolutely. That'd be fun. I'd like to do something like that. All about giving back.
Amber Bryant wants to know McLaurin, Cooks, Woods, Sutton, or OBJ. We need to pick her wide receiver 2 into flex.
I feel like I have to go with OBJ and McLaurin still. OBJ still got to be in there. What about Minshew or Aaron Rodgers?
I have Minshew higher this week.
It's real.
It's real.
Minshew mania is real. He also has a groin, just so you know.
Who?
Minshew. He's got a groin.
He's got a groin too.
Yeah.
Lots of people with growings.
Yeah. Is it groins or growing?
Growing. Growing?
Is it? He's not growing. It's a groin.
Growing.
Not growing. Groin.
Growing.
No. Kyle, focus right here. Look at me. Groin. Say it.
Groin.
There you go. Good. Whew. We got it.
Eddie wants to know, start Kyle Allen, Bridgewater, or Keenan in a full PPR. I have Bridgewater just a few spots ahead of Keenan this week. Jory Bacon wants to know in a half PPR flex, Tyler Boyd, Austin Eckler, or Tevin Coleman.
I still got to go Austin Eckler, but Tyler Boyd's close.
People are just typing
Groin.
Growing. I can't say it. Does Fruit Salad wants to know if I have one? Yep. Gallup or Malcolm Brown? I'll go with Gallup.
Yep, me too. Gallup. What about here's a good one. Melvin Gordon or Kerryon Johnson?
This week?
Yep.
Well, I feel like I need to bring up my rankings real quick, to be honest.
Really?
Because I feel like that one's really close. I'm leaning Melvin Gordon just thinking about it.
Yeah. Which is probably the right answer.
Yeah, I don't love. I still think the Packers defense is really good. I know there's a lot of people who don't agree with that. So I don't necessarily think it's going to be like a blowout by Detroit by any means, but I definitely think they can stop the run game. Where do I have Melvin Gordon this week? Holy Lord. Right now I have Kerryon Johnson a couple spots ahead.
Really?
Yep.
So we disagree on that one because I still go Melvin.
That might be something that changes tomorrow too before I submit my final rankings.
Hey Kyle, we didn't break the streak. We stayed on here for an hour and 46 minutes, but the streak is alive. We got Johnny Huynh. You guys never answer my question comment. Chase Edmonds or Ito Smith? Well, the fact that you say you guys never answer my comment when we're getting 50 million comments is part of the reason. And for your answer, Chase Edmonds or Ito Smith? I mean, Ito-ish, I guess. I mean,
Ito-ish.
Ish. I mean, I'm not a fan of either start. I think they both touch the ball a few times, but neither one of them gets a heavy workload.
Connor Butler says, gents, do you think the Bears fix their own line?
Who?
The Bears. Do they fix their O-line?
Not this year. I mean, they will eventually, but it's not going to happen this year.
Jay just popped into the chat again. Jay, you're a beast, man. Appreciate all your support. Is Yokosuka, Japan. It's mainland. He said, I'll set something up maybe next season or after. Maybe bring some NFL players, cheerleaders. I'll send an email about planning.
Perfect.
Oh, man. George, back in the chat. Big G Marino. Bell or Ingram the rest of the season? Bell for me.
Bell. This is the time to go buy Le'Veon Bell.
This will be something that we bring up in the trade show this week. I'm not going to jump into it right now, but keep an eye out for that show.
Yep, exactly.
KJ203, Boyd or Fuller for my flex in a full PPR?
I still got to go with Boyd. All right,
Mikey
just as
keeps telling me my lightsaber is bent. I don't care, Mikey.
No, we don't care. All right, so I just got this tweet. Well, I'll read it out here. As of right now, all the players who are officially out for Sunday.
Okay.
Todd Gurley, Cam Newton, A.J. Green, C.J. Mosley, Chris Jones, Drew Brees, Deshaun Jackson, Darren Sproles, Ronald Darby, Vernon Davis, Jordan Reed, Mike McGlinchey, offensive tackle of the San Francisco 49ers, Joe Staley, Kyle Juszczyk, Aqib Talib, Clay Matthews, Mason Rudolph, James Washington, and just something to keep an eye on, 2 all-pro offensive linemen for the Dallas Cowboys are listed as questionable, Tyron Smith and La'el Collins.
That stinks.
That could be a little bit iffy if both of those guys are out for the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that would be a tough one.
Yep.
For Zeke.
All right, Kyle, we got a couple more questions. We're going to get out of here.
You know what? I'm just going to stay forever.
So I'm gonna leave and you're going to stay? Kyle, we still have to record another show.
We do. I
mean, you can record it by yourself if you want to.
No, that's not happening.
All right, you got any more questions over there? Get done through them and get out of here on a Saturday evening at what time is it?
It's 10:50.
Yep.
I say we stay for 10 more minutes. Let's make it a solid 2 hours, Jake.
All right, 10 minutes. We're out of here in 10 minutes. Everybody, we'll answer as many as we can in 10 minutes. Put it away, Kyle. Back to business. Wow, you were like all like crocodile huntered out. Okay. 5 minutes for you, 5 minutes for me, Kyle.
I don't know if I can do 5 minutes, Jake.
That's what he said.
All right, hold on. Big Dog wants to know, should I drop Eckler for the Bills defense? No, don't do that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, please don't. William Fitzgerald, Fuller, Woods, Chark, or Moore can start 3 in a PPR.
Fuller, Woods, Chark, or Moore. I probably sit Robert Woods, but I don't like it.
Jai wants to know Pringle or MVS in a half PPR.
Right now it's MVS, but if Hill and Sammy Watkins are out, it goes to Pringle.
Alex Trimber said, please say mine. I need some help. Should I trade Hill and Ingram for Kelsey and Evans?
Hill and Ingram.
I'll take Kelsey and Evans.
Kelsey Evans. Oof.
Now, you all have been sitting around. Okay. Oh, now here comes the questions. They saw the helmet go on. They knew what was up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here we go. Yes, it is starting. Eddie says been asking for the past hour. Well, Eddie, that's why you've been asking for the past hour, because you're cussing in your question, so it's being hidden from us.
Yeah.
Guys, you can't do that. Preston Williams, D.D. Westbrook, Duke Johnson for the PPR flex.
D.D. Westbrook was an option you just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my choice.
Okay. All right, we're going to roll with this. People,
Go.
Get your questions ready, okay? Don't type them a bunch in a row. Give it a little bit.
Yeah, if you constantly send the same thing over and over and copy and paste it, they're going to flag you, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kyle, you let it go. When you stop, I'll start.
Okay, you want to count me in?
But you can't stop what you start because it stings. What movie is it from? What movie is it from?
I don't know.
You fail. It's Dumb and Dumber. All right, here we go. 3.
No, it's
2,
not. What?
1.
What scene is that in?
When he's peeing into the beer bottle, he says he can't stop once he starts because it stings. When they're in the yeah.
I literally just watched it a couple of nights ago.
Wow, fail. All right, here we go. 3,
Crap.
2, 1. Flowage.
Hunter Henry or Jimmy Graham? I'm going to go with Hunter Henry. Half point PPR, Diggs, Breida, or Devontae Freeman. And the flex, I'm going to go with Devontae Freeman. Malcolm Brown or Mixon? Sutton or Malcolm Brown? Sutton. Pick 3, Kerryon Johnson, Damian Williams, Connor and McLaurin. I'm going to go with Kerryon, Connor, and McLaurin. Connor or Malcolm Brown? Connor. Sutton or Odell Beckham Jr.? OBJ. Sutton or Malcolm Brown? Sutton. Jake, you're the man. Mighty Ice. Oh, of course. Matty Ice or Russell Wilson? Matty Ice this week. Thielen or Eckler, going to go with Thielen. Jarvis Landry or Brandon Cooks? Breida, Damian Williams, or Chris Thompson? Going to go with Breida and Chris Thompson over Damian Williams. Malcolm Brown or Coleman? I'm going to go with Coleman. Trade Evans and Thielen for Hopkins and Tyreek Hill if I can. Give me Evans and Thielen. Nope, I switched that. Hopkins and Tyreek Hill. Juju or McLaurin? I'm going to go with Juju. Trade Evans and Thielen for Hopkins and Tyreek Hill if I can. This is what happens. This is why we can't have nice things. Thielen, Gallup, or Cup in a full flex PPR? Definitely Cup for me. Disley or Andrews? Disley. Barkley or Zeke? Zeke. Need 2 for the flex. Hardman, Robbie Anderson, Duke, or Deontay Johnson? Give me Hardman and Johnson. Pick 2.5 PPR. Malcolm Brown, Chark, or Fitz? Go with Chark and Fitz. Need some flexual healing. Landry, Woods, or AP and a half point. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. I'm going to go with Woods and AP. Sutton or Malcolm Brown? Sutton. Trade Godwin, Melvin Gordon, and Fournette for Bell, Keenan Allen, and Breida. Give me the Godwin side. Galladay or Kerryon Johnson? Galladay. Malcolm Brown or Mixon? I'll go with Mixon this week. Trade Gurley for Jarvis and Eckler. No, keep Gurley for right now. Rodgers or Winston? Demarcus Robinson or Pringle? I'll go with Demarcus Robinson. Ertz or Disley? Chark or Gallup? Ooh, I'll go with Chark. Rodgers or Garoppolo? Lindsey or Diggs? Lindsey. Mike Evans or Tevin Coleman? Mike Evans. MVS or Preston Wilson? MVS. Atkins, Witten, or Fant for tight end streamer? Atkins. Pick 2, McLaurin or Fuller or Hooper? McLaurin and Hooper. Devontae Freeman or Damian Williams? Devontae Freeman. Adrian Peterson or Scary Terry? Start flex, Malcolm Brown, Carlos Hyde, Latavius Murray in the standard. I'll go with Hyde. Super Kiki, what's up, guys? Hawkinson or Fant? Going to go with Hawkinson. Mike Evans or James Conner? Mike Evans. Fitzgerald, Gallup, OBJ, or McLaurin. Pick 3. Fitzgerald, Gallup, or no. Sorry, Gallup, OBJ, and McLaurin. Mike Evans or Tevin Coleman in a half PPR. Mike Evans. Trade Bell and Cup for Saquon and Amari. Mari, I'll take Saquon and Amari. Jake, go.
All right, here we go. We got AP or Eckler in the standard league. Even though it's standard, I'm still going with Eckler. Trade, I went way too fast. Godwin or Evans, I'm still going with Godwin's. We have trade Bell and Cup for Saquon and Amari. That's the one you just did, I think. You asked it again. Malcolm Brown or Derrick Henry. Give me Henry. Hawkinson or McDonald. Give me old man McDonald right now because I'm still unsure if TJ Hawkinson actually goes or not. We have Ridley or McLaurin. I like McLaurin a lot, but I got Ridley one spot higher, I believe. Evans or Ridley? Man, that's tough, but I still got Calvin Ridley a little bit higher. Not on the Mike Evans train this week. Malcolm Brown or Derrick Henry? Still going Derrick Henry. Preston Williams or Fuller in a PPR flex? I'm going with Will Fuller there. Fuller or Damian Williams in a PPR? I'm still probably going to stick with Will Fuller there also. We got Malcolm Brown or Austin Eckler once again. Already answered it. DJ Moore or Calvin Ridley? Moore is probably a little bit safer this week in my opinion. Who can I get for Chark? There's a lot of people that are probably going to overpay for Chark right now. So if you have him, float him out there, see what you can get for him. But I mean, you could probably get yourself a solid RB2 at this point. Robinson or AP? Which Robinson? Demarcus Robinson is who I'm going to guess, and if that's the choice, I'm going with AP right now. Mark Andrews or Hunter Henry? Still got Mark Andrews higher. Aaron Jones for Julio. If you can do it and you have solid running back depth, then yes, you do it. Otherwise, hold tight. Sanu or Juju? I got Juju higher. Mixon or Samuel? I'm gonna have to go with Mixon there still. He's a little bit safer as long as that's a flex spot. Trade Gurley for Julio and Eckler. It's Juju and Eckler. No, I hang on to Gurley and see what's going on with his injury. You don't want to give up too quickly. Trade away Eckler for Tyreek Hill? Yes, that I would do. Malcolm Brown or Mecole Hardman? If both Hill and Watkins sit, I go Hardman. Otherwise, I switch it up. We have Walker or Everett as a tight end in PPR. I'm going with Gerald Everett here this week. McDonald or Fant? Give me McDonald. Kerryon Johnson, DJ Moore? I'm going Kerryon Johnson. For a PPR, Hyde or Mike Williams in the flex? Give me Mike Williams. Joe Mixon, Mike Evans in a PPR? I don't like either one of them, Andy, but I'm going to have to go with Mike Evans there and hope for a big play. Trade, same question. Trade Juju for OBJ. Yes, I would much rather have OBJ at this point going forward. At least he has a quarterback-ish with Baker right now. MVS or Diggs? I'm going with Diggs. Great matchup. Trade Jones for Bell. Yes, go get Le'Veon Bell. Kerryon Johnson or DJ Moore? Still going with Kerryon Johnson. Juju or Landry? I'm going with Juju. Cook or Henry? I'm leaning towards Jared Cook still for another week or so. We have McLaurin or Evans? I'm going McLaurin. MVS or Samuel? I'm going with Samuel. Robbie Anderson or MVS? Both are big play potential, big play dependent. I'm going with Robbie Anderson by a hair. Auden Tate or Tevin Coleman for your flex? I'm going with Tevin Coleman. Joe Mixon or Mike Evans? Same question once again. Should you keep Sammy Watkins? Really depends who's available. If there's somebody better out there, I wouldn't blame you. Preston Williams or Miles Sanders? In a PPR league, I may still go towards Miles Sanders, even though it's a tougher matchup. Preston Williams is going to be big play dependent. Keenum or Dalton? I'm going to have to go towards Case Keenum there. We have Stafford, Cousins, or Teddy Bridgewater. I'm sticking with Stafford there still. Trade Adams and Mixon for Hill and Bell. Adams and Mixon for Hill and Bell. Yes, give me the Hill and Bell side, absolutely. Mustache Man or Stafford? Mustache Man has to be Gardner Minshew, and I love him this week. I still think he's the safer play, but Stafford has that higher ceiling. OBJ or Fitz? Right now, still got OBJ a little bit higher. Wentz this week, I'm a little bit worried about Wentz, but if it's going between Wentz or Prescott, I'm still probably leaning a little bit closer to going towards Dak. Let's see what else we got. McLaurin, Fuller, or Austin Hooper? I can pick two. Oh, man, I don't want to sit any of those guys, but give me McLaurin and Fuller. Last three questions. We got Gallup or F1 in a full PPR flex. Give me Gallup. What else we got? Thielen or Evans? 100% give me Thielen. Love the matchup. Auden Tate or Tevin Coleman for flex? Still Tevin Coleman. Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson? Give me Deshaun Watson. Whew.
We do have a few more we got to answer real quick.
All right, hurry up. Hit me with them.
Rocky Road Warrior wants to know real quick too, in the chat, post a couple of non-fantasy football related questions. We're going to answer a couple because we said we were going to start doing that. Non-fantasy football related questions in the chat. Rocky Road Warrior, CMC, Hyde, and Tevin Coleman. Malcolm Brown, start two in a standard. Definitely CMC. So then Hyde, Coleman, or Malcolm Brown.
Coleman.
KJ203, Carson, Ingram, Chubb, and Eckler on a full PPR. You got to pick 3. Carson 100%, Chubb 100%. So then Eckler or Ingram.
I like both of them, but I can't sit Ingram. I got to go with Ingram.
Omar Atera wants to know, trade Carson and Keenan Allen for Mahomes, Evans, and Hyde. If it's not a super flex, no, I'll keep Carson and Allen.
Yep, I agree.
Devin Kumar wants to know, pick 2 in a PPR, Samuel, Breida, Hardman.
Samuel, Breida, Hardman. As of right now, it's Samuel and Breida, but if the other 2 sit, then I go Hardman.
Kyle Riley just throwing out some love there. Kyle, appreciate it. Tony Yee, Marquise Goodwin, or Marquise Brown. Thank you guys every week.
I'm going with Marquise Brown still.
Tony, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Nick Nash wants to know, hard or soft shell tacos?
I like both, if that's an option. It depends. If I'm having an actual taco, I want a hard shell. If I'm having fajitas, I want that soft tortilla.
Give me a cheesy gordita crunch with both.
Well, all right then, mister. I need both.
DJ Mullenhoff says, non-fantasy football related, where are you guys located?
I am in North Carolina.
I'm in Indiana.
I'm about 30 miles or so-ish east of Greensboro.
I am far right-hand side of Indiana. What are your favorite foods and drinks?
Drinks has to be coffee if that's an option, because if I didn't have coffee, I wouldn't be alive. So that's got to be it. For food, I mean, just a style of food, it has to be Mexican food, because I don't get real Mexican food until I go home to Phoenix or go back to Phoenix every once in a while.
Food is basically anything near me. Okay, which is not good. And then drinks, I love cream soda.
Really?
Yes.
Well, all right then.
A nice cold bottle of cream soda straight from the refrigerator.
Perfect.
Somebody said they thought I had a North Carolina accent.
Nope.
Michael Sadler wants to know, what fantasy related sport, or not fantasy related, what sports did you play in high school?
The only sports I played in high school, I played basketball. I focused on basketball because I didn't want to get hurt, because I was very good at basketball and I didn't want to risk missing out.
Mm-hmm. I played baseball in high school. Jake and I have a little bit of college background as well, right? Jake, you played some college b-ball.
I stopped growing too early, Kyle. I was almost this size as a 14-year-old, and I thought I was going to be like 6'9". I just stopped right at 6'4".
And then I played a little college baseball myself.
Those are the jerseys over your shoulder.
Well,
not that one.
This one is a college jersey. This one actually isn't a college jersey. This was a travel team that I played with for quite some time.
Oh, well, there you go.
Ian wants to know, how did you two meet?
I invited Kyle on this show when he was working for somebody else to remain nameless as a one-time show thing. And the very first time I ever interviewed Kyle or talked to him, I asked him if he had crabs. His response to that question was epic enough to where I was like, well, we got to start working together. So here it is.
Mm-hmm.
That was like last July-ish.
Yep. Assassin wants to know, whiskey or scotch?
Neither one of us drink very much, but if I'm picking one, it's whiskey.
Well, neither one of us don't drink at all. So.
Well, we can't, because we work every day of our life, Kyle.
Somebody also lives in North Carolina, would like to chill. One more non-fantasy football related question. Hit us with it, people.
One more. Uno mas, and then we're getting out of here because we've been live streaming for 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Creamy or chunky peanut butter?
It's got to be creamy.
Creamy for me as well.
Yep, it's got to be creamy. I like all of them.
One more. Start 2 full PPR. Boyd, Fuller, or Derrick Henry?
Henry
and Boyd for me.
Fuller. Yep. Boyd and Henry.
That's from Raul.
Hey, Raul.
All right, let's wrap this thing up.
Awesome. Well, hey, we greatly appreciate it. Had a lot of fun, a lot longer on here than we had planned. We only usually plan for like an hour, but this time it went to 2 hours. I thought it would be shorter than last week, but I guess I was wrong. But we enjoy hanging out with you guys. We enjoy talking to you. Like we say in all of our shows, This is definitely a community-based channel. This is not just a couple guys that act like internet know-it-alls. That's on other channels. That's not what it's like here. This is a community. It's a nation of people that want to enjoy fantasy sports and just go somewhere to chill and be heard, be seen, be a part of. That's what this is all about. So we greatly appreciate you guys. Make sure you go check out the video in the description right now. If you have not watched the video, we're giving away $1,000 to a viewer here on the channel. All you have to do, go down the description, go to the video link there, watch that video, leave a comment, and you're entered. Drawing a winner October 31st. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to just be sending somebody $1,000, Kyle. Just cause. That's how much we love this community.
And one more thing that we have to do before we get out of here.
Oh, Kyle's weekly dab.
That's to all your opponents out there. I just dabbed on them. All of you, good luck this week. You're going to get some wins.
VT wants to know if we can do a high five to each other. Ready?
I don't know what side I'm on.
Ready? That's the right side. Ready? No, come on, Kyle. Come close. There you go. All right. That's about as close as it's going to get. All right. You guys have a great rest of your night. We will talk to you guys later. Good luck this weekend. And hopefully everybody go out there and get some dubs. We'll talk to you later.